Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Component Cast's Elendor Chronicles. As you can see, I am in a completely different location to normal, and a ring light that doesn't even have a stand. We're going
Mitch is in the bunker.
today, and but as always, we're going to be bringing you tonight's show, and well, before we need to do that, we need to cover a few things. We have our normal array of stuff to get out of the way before we get on with tonight's broadcast. First of all, we need to thank the wonderful people over at Syrinscape for allowing us to, which is also a reminder for me to open Syrinscape. Syrinscape is a wonderful service which allows me, as a DM, to send music and sounds to all of my players across the globe with their online player. They also have a virtual tabletop app like for sound effects that you can do live. So if you want to get a more immersive setup for your D&D show or your TTRPG game at home, you can download their app or download the Syrinscape app onto your computer for free with, I think there's 20 sound sets to get you started, so find out more at syrinscape.com. And the other thing I want to promote is us. The archive version of this show on YouTube is completely up to date at the moment, for once in its entire lifespan. So definitely go check that out. Make sure you, if you've ever missed an episode, missed a show, say you missed all of Trakoga Nights, you can catch all of that on there now. All of season 1 of this show, as well as all the episodes of this show so far, are on there. And if you really like it, go give us a subscribe over there. That would be wonderful of you. Other than that, without further ado, I think it's actually time to get on with tonight's broadcast. Okay. Oh, there wasn't a nice crossover there. Apparently, we just cut straight to here. The brilliance of a ghetto setup. Anyway, who would like to do the recap this week?
I can take that on, I guess. Forgive me if I gloss over anything too much. So, last session, we had ended up setting course to find Alexiou Nard, a relative of Darius's, in the attempt to warn him of what he was marching his company into. Um, so we took flight in our airship and we headed off. After some travel, we ended up spotting them from the air. I believe it was at night, if I remember correctly. So we landed and headed down through the camp, went into his tent after some discussion between Darius and Bertrand. Uh, we arrived inside of his tent only to find a conversation already in session with a black tabaxi and Alexi, um, where they were trying to insistently hire their company for a contract. So we joined in and found out that this Black Tabaxi was Zaraj the Knight, a member of the Knight programs, and that our goals as the Skyfiring Adventure Company and hers aligned. So we joined in trying to convince Alexei to step down and not join in the fray with the Duke of Authray, because it would just end badly for them. Having to come up with some devious plan, we discussed claiming that there was a disease or a sickness spreading through the camp that needed to be stopped. So a message of quarantine was sent out, delaying the company's arrival by at least 2 weeks, I believe it was. This managed to buy some time, so we jumped back in our airship, headed out to find a companion of Siraj's named Sasha. And on the way there, Gourd was approached one interesting evening by a brownie, which is a small brown fairy named McAllen. An awkward conversation ensued where Gourd was very mistrusting of this fairy, only to end where the fairy offered him, McAllen offered him a deal that he would keep the ship clean for a saucer of milk. We arrived at Sasha's hideout and learned from him that a plot to kill the king was being created, and that the Eladrin had hired an assassin to function as a patsy. And that the queen consort was also involved in this ruse and attempt to kill the king. We ended the session with a less than sober knight coming into the establishment, and I think that's about it.
Okay. Yes. Excellent. Thank you for the recap there. Sorry, my headphones have been playing up the entire time. I had to switch what port they were in. All of a sudden, I think the power draw on the things I'm using has started being a little bit too much, because the two ring lights next to me have just started flickering heavily.
That just means our spooky episode.
Yeah, I don't actually. I think they're flickering faster than the frame rate the camera can pick up. So there's that at the very least.
No, I can see it.
Oh, okay.
It just looks like you're recording by candlelight. Looks pretty.
I mean, if
thematic,
I
honestly.
turn them
Yeah,
off, it gets
sure.
even like. No, that's actually stopped the other one flickering. I'll roll with one for now. Let's just get on. But excellent recap there, Gourd. I also should now have the music. Also, yes. So we introduced our guest for the next few episodes, Ghibli, and we set off to disrupt the sorry, another audio technical glitch there. We set off to just. I'm an absolute professional. Just all the errors have hit me today. It's going great. We set off to disrupt the Duke of Arte's plans once again. So we left off exiting the bar, the tomato-based bar, with your newest contact, with a few leads. So, party, what would you like to do?
All there really is to do
I
is
missed my new best
follow
friend
the
already.
leads. We get back to Ate, head off, and see if we can get
Yeah,
back
we
to
were going to Ate.
Okay.
Yep.
Pick
Okay.
up our merchant man.
Going back on the skyship?
Yes.
Not that bad.
Ooh.
You get used to it. Hey, a few days ago, we actually jumped out of the sky ship when it was still really high in the sky and then floated down.
Oh my
It was
god, I
really
forgot
cool.
about that stupid plan.
That was quite an
Oh
experience.
yeah, we Halo jumped.
We
The
were
sky
high as the clouds and we just straight off the side. It was a lot of fun.
Raj, if it
Yeah.
makes you feel better, I do have a few saltine crackers that have been imbued with a few essences that might help you alleviate your sickness.
Yes, this would be excellent. Just sedate me. Put me in the cat carrier and sedate me.
I don't think that's what it quite is what you think it is. I don't have essence of nightshade, unfortunately. Last time I used that, I got yelled at.
Bit of catnip, maybe.
Tarash is just gonna be Mr. T.
She's actually gonna pause like,
just knock her out before.
Hold that
"I ain't
thought."
getting on no plane.
I actually had some. I was gonna set it aside for Gourd. Just in case. I do have nip.
Y'all got any more of that nip?
But yes,
we gotta get
return to,
Maniac for
return to
gold
the
on our
return to the sky ship and tell Marcus to set a course for Ate.
We need to get her hooked.
This is how we keep her in the party. I'm her dealer.
Yeah, just either you can get this at your home or you stay with us. Either way, you're hooked on it now.
I smelled Moses' smoke, so I don't know what you guys got going on in your sky ship, but I'm with it.
Okay, so you tell Marcus, and he begins charting a course back to Arte. And the skyship once again takes off. This time with a little bit of a jitter, but nonetheless, you do begin your journey back. Is there anything anyone would like to do in particular on the ship, or are we just skirting right ahead?
What time is it?
Yeah, I'm gonna ask.
It
What time it
Yes,
is-
Midge. What time is it?
It was pretty
Day.
late when we were in the bar, I think.
I think
No, because
you're-
we left in the morning.
you did leave
then
in
we
the
used-
morning.
Yeah,
Um,
and it was
I
25 hours, was it, or 26 hours, something like that.
yeah, so you're
So imagine
It's
day
literally
drinking,
right at the
so-
beginning of the day. Like it's
yeah, you're looking at it's about noon right now.
Ruby is going to make a cup of some warmed up milk and some crackers for Zaraj to help settle the stomach. Might help.
Thank you very
saltines
much.
and milk.
It works. No, on when deployed to the Navy, that actually works. It's but not as good as the stuff behind the ears, unfortunately. But I don't think I have the medicine know-how to do that.
My ears are also very sensitive.
That too.
In a different location.
Up here, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. But you set off nonetheless, and can someone quickly roll me a d20?
I got this. Oh.
At least she doesn't do what my cat does whenever I'm traveling and just
Never
yell in my
mind.
car the
No,
entire time.
you rolled my number anyway. It's what I would have rolled, so it's
Oh.
I
fine.
gotta get them out now so that when I have to
Oh,
roll it
boy.
for something actually useful,
Yeah, that's
I
how
roll
it works.
well.
Yeah.
that's how I equal out.
You
Incoming
get,
dragon encounter.
you
You're just
get-
gonna have like 3 nat 20s in a row.
How
later.
much of the ship burns?
You get about an hour into
Is
the
it-
journey
Let
as
him
the
talk.
rains start. Heavy rains, and
Turbulence.
yeah,
Good
you're
news,
right.
it'll help
It's
the
just
fires out.
absolute shaking across the entire ship. There is lightning flashes and rumbles of thunder in the distance.
Are we gonna need to put down? Are we in danger with this?
Yeah,
amount of rain?
is this like bad turbulence or is this like Final Destination 1 turbulence where it's like, oh, that wasn't that bad, boom, we just start flying and like
We're not gonna sink, but we're
yeah.
gonna fill up with water.
When
Do we
a
need a corkscrew hole in the bottom so it's gonna
Well,
drain?
as
Gonna get the crew on the
Release
bilge pump.
plugs.
as the crew begins to rush to stations, and in order to try and get you out of this storm that you found yourselves in, a large crack of lightning hits one of the metal weather rods on top of the balloon and shears it off.
I forget it's a balloon. It's not even just a magical illusion. There's an actual balloon.
And then crack, another one. Is anybody doing anything? Or are
I would
you
like to
letting...
roll a nature. Can I roll like a nature check about this storm to see if it's
Sure.
safe?
Pray.
What
Something?
time of day is it?
It's
It's
storm
morning.
o'clock.
Still,
It's
you're
morning
about an
still.
hour into your journey, so you're about 1 p.m.
Okay.
We're about 3 hours from the crash.
Ruby is gonna go.
That would.
Oh. So Ruby's gonna go to the engine room and do what she did last time. Provide more power.
Okay.
Oh, we're dead.
Okay.
I have never seen a storm like this.
You're correct. You've never seen a storm like this, at least not this close anyway. It's something about being in the sky as well. Doesn't really aid your knowledge. Zep does start maneuvering to help Marcus, and the crew are active. They are actively working to get out of the storm. Is there anything you guys want to do outside of Ruby plugging more power if needs be?
I'm gonna try and get a decent vantage point safely. I'll freaking dig my claws in as deep as I can into the wood if I have to try and see which, like, if I could see a direction out of the storm.
Sure, go for it. Give me a perception check.
Somebody had to roll one.
Okay, 27. Whilst you don't initially see a break in the storm, you do see a glimmer of light as a sunbeam beams through the clouds. But you also, with that perception score, notice something else. It silhouettes in this break of radiance a mass of both cloud and lightning that seems more. It has somewhat embodiments of a human, but made of the elements. And this is... You can't quite tell how far away it is, but it's not close to you yet.
I would immediately go down to the deck, to the bridge or the navigator's deck or whatever, and relay that information. You know, direction was in, the description of it,
Sure.
all that good stuff.
Okay. As you begin to describe what you think you've seen, and Marcus looks instantly more worried.
Okay.
It's not hard to incite that.
So, like, he
Depends on who's
goes
inciting.
kind of white. Like, goes...
He
like,
kind of...
pale.
It's more of the fact he's at the helm, he's at the controls, and then he's like, and starts like rushing his decision making, kind of
Okay,
instantaneously.
Trying to figure out the protocol for this. All right, I gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Suggestion: why don't we sit down? Just
How
wait it out.
how can we help? Like, what can we do?
well, if that thing is what I think it is, don't let it get close to us. Otherwise, we'll be setting down much faster than I can decline this ship on
Right.
safe means.
How do you propose we do that?
And what is it that you think it is?
We call them Zephyrs. Sky elemental, lot of lightning. Yeah.
Huh. Battle stations, everyone?
Payne, your camera went off.
Yeah, I know. I bumped it.
Yes, I'm
I
not
guess
the only one with
I'm gonna
technical
run
difficulties.
to the
Yes,
deck
could Ruby
then.
hear this in the engine room?
Give me a quick perception check because you are. Also, how many spell slots are you expending into the engines?
I guess without a gauge of how much power she's having, she's starting off slow.
Okay.
So right now it's just 1 or 2 low-level spell slots. Perception.
Yeah, just mark those off.
There we go. That's a 9.
Okay. You don't hear that.
Okay. Guys, are we okay up there? Is it code red?
I'm gonna.
It's the maelstrom. This is the wind through
I'm
the
just
door.
gonna like yell through the. Well, not yell, but I'll speak through the talkie-shouty tube
Mm-hmm.
and let them know that we have a Zephyr inbound.
Okay? You call
trying
battle
to
stations.
navigate.
Sure. You call battle stations. Some of the crew again begin to hurry even more. It's hectic on deck now.
They weren't hurrying enough. So
Yeah,
what
it's they were hurrying enough. It's just one of those, they stop to listen and then they go and just like keep going because they're trying to get this ship down and they are desperately trying to get the ship down. It's just if you guys want to do anything to help delay or obscure or what do you think you can do? Just, Ruby is currently manning engines.
Outmaneuver.
Yeah, you're on maneuver. What is anyone else? What does anyone else feel like they want to? Or
I'm
want
on
to try?
top deck watching for it, see if it comes close.
Okay, give me a perception.
Readying Eldritch Blasts when necessary. if
What's the range on
necessary.
your Eldritch Blasts again for me?
Shit tons?
Shit. That's an accurate.
120 feet.
Cool. That's not shit tons in terms of ship-to-ship combat,
I
but
mean,
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I
Pretty
mean,
paltry, all things considered.
okay, that's fine.
Bowman can fire longer
Blake,
range than that.
Zedaar doing anything?
Imagine Zedaar will be waiting in medbay.
Medbay, sure. that's a good place to be. And in fact, a few people are brought in with like they've been knocked about by the storm, but it's literally for you to just you look at them and it's like, I can stitch this later. You're fine. Like, it's
Triage.
not it's triage. at the
Someone's
moment
gonna
sort of
get
thing.
hurt. He's gonna be waiting there to fix it when they do.
Absolutely, sure thing.
I would bring Stone about and hold on, I gotta look at elements, which one I would choose. But I'll bring him out. I'll let you know that one in a second, and then I would just be helping kind of like man the ropes, kind of like manage the rigging, deckhand kind of stuff, like wherever strength and brawn would kind of be needed.
Sure.
Me and Stone would be over there.
Give me a quick like athletics or strength check, depending on which one you'd prefer.
20.
Okay, duly noted. Roach, what's Darius doing?
Question before I give my answer. What is Zaraj doing? Is she just like clawing on the roof of her cabin, just like, waiting? Or
I assume I would have heard the call to battle stations and not really know what to do with myself, so I'm just kind of running around looking for a place where I'm needed. Probably shoving saltine crackers in my mouth.
Love that. I love that.
Beautiful.
Amazing.
That's great.
You know what? Food therapy is a thing.
Yeah, stress eating, just crumbs everywhere.
Now, is it like you're smashing them in, or are you like taking
Yeah,
them in?
yeah. No, I'm like Goku, like shoveling them.
There we go. There we go. Okay.
I am providing moral support to the crew. So I have nothing I can do.
Sure. Give me a
Roll
Oh, I
squat.
need to roll something for that?
yeah. Give me like a
Yeah.
performance check.
Oh, why?
We're weeding
7.
out the bad dice.
So
I'm sitting on a stool in one of the cross hallways. I'm just going, you're doing
Yeah.
fine. You're doing fine.
you've got your
Keep
pint
going.
and you look to your left and the marine guy is just there across on another barrel, like across the deck from you, reading a book.
We die, it's not our fault.
Okay.
What if
Ladies and
you
gentlemen,
do
this is
it,
the
it
leader of
your
our
fault?
armed forces aboard our ship.
Yes, indeed.
Wait, did you
It
two
is not a
finally
military
agree on something?
situation. It is not a military situation yet.
Hold on a second. Did you two just finally agree on something?
I believe we're both experiencing the fact. Wait, I think we both understand. This isn't things we can do. This isn't. We're just gonna stay out of the way. Or in my case, I'm going to try and help, but not really.
With that roll, you just made everyone that was hurrying up slow down.
Oh,
Yeah, everybody's just mad and disgruntled now.
Darius
Like,
thinks it's fine.
these
So we're
guys
just gonna
just sit
gonna relax.
around like, what the hell?
No, what is what's that thing? Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. And somebody's just like trying to run. I'm just like slow down.
Just step in the water.
A lifeguard at a pool.
No running!
Well, you know,
Love
blow a
it.
whistle at
Yeah.
people.
Yep. Perfect. I love that.
The deck's wet. If
Um,
you rush, you'll fall over the side.
But, okay. I need another D20 roll from someone in the group.
Not.
Oh.
Oh my god!
I told you. I fucking told you it's my role.
This is.
I was about to say not Valamir,
can-
but hey.
I was about to say, can I take this one? My finger was on the mouse on the.
The lower
the
roll
die, and I
gives
was
the
like, all right.
drama. The lower the roll, the higher the drama. This is the rules.
I'm just waiting for us to like in the hall just
All
to,
in
just to feel the shit
favor to
go
sacrifice
straight upside
Lambert to
down.
the dice gods. Let's just throw Valmir off the side. He doesn't have his potion of feather falling right now.
No,
We
I do.
can't-
That's
Oh,
why.
yeah.
I got it
Let's-
immediately.
Okay,
Zep's
good. Let's
ship
take
on
his
his
potion of feather
enemy
falling and then throw him off the side.
Okay. So that was
Sacrifice
the,
him
him
to
to the
that
storm.
works,
It's the
'cause
only
you'd be-
way.
that
You'd be slowly
was
falling in a storm. Just-
Paper
Okay.
Mario.
that was.
End up higher than you started when you
Oh
blown up.
dear. Oh dear. This
Little
is-
did our heroes know the thing that would defeat them would be the weather.
So that
Speak
was
for yourself. I'm
the
not going anywhere.
dexterity save for the ship.
Oh,
Who wants to
That's
roll
a
that?
good roll.
Would it have had any sort of advantage or bonus because of the engine power?
It was
It
nice
probably has
while it
disadvantage
lasted.
now.
But the ship has to go the way of Mordred.
4,
It's
6,
unfortunate.
8, 9, 10.
At least it wasn't the Maiden Voyage. Well, actually, it still is because we didn't go back to the home port, so
No,
it's still the
yeah,
Maiden
you're
Voyage.
still on your maiden voyage. So to let you know, the main balloon right now has 50 HP.
Oh wow.
Would I have seen a tear happen or anything like that?
I don't think this is a tear situation. I think the lightning is going to
Some out
strike
there?
it. I think this is a
Hello,
Hindenburg situation right now.
And those who are on the top deck see ripping out of the clouds just this absolute funnel of lightning coming from a good 600 feet away.
coming towards us.
And a big it skirts the side of the balloon, and you just see like the first 2 layers of like balloon fabric rip with a burn mark. It's not on fire because of the heavy rain, but there is just flailing and flapping material like all along the side of the main balloon.
Why doesn't the ship have like an absorb elements spell on it? Come
Well,
on.
because
That's
you ran out of
required.
money.
This is the Maiden Voyage. This is the first time. That's like asking, why did the Titanic not have like extra life?
Mitch,
could take
We've
more
been attacked
apartments?
by a dragon. We've
Technical-
Where is
been
the-
struck by lightning.
technical
By
question.
an elemental.
Zedaar, technical question.
Where's the med bay on the ship?
I think it was selected to be on the 2nd floor.
So
Yeah.
would I even be
Soon
aware
to
of
be on the
that?
ground.
The entire ship is shunted by the balloon taking a direct hit and swung slightly. In fact, everybody quickly just make a acrobatics, athletics, or dex save whatever one's the best one for you. I'll allow for it. You're all at
See you
ready.
guys on the ground.
You're all at ready
Natural 20.
station, so we'll
Natural
see
20.
there. Okay.
That wasn't normal.
No.
Everybody has to do the Star
Oh.
Trek screen shake effect. Rattle your
I'll see you
camera.
guys on the ground. Bye.
Oh, yeah,
I
you
was
said
at
you were
the
on
edge of the
deck,
ship.
too.
I was holding the railing on the edge of the ship.
You were, and Lambert, what was your role?
It was a 4.
Bad.
Right. Okay.
Bad.
Lambert, I need a dexterity saving throw from you, because as this shunt happens, you are thrown backwards towards the side of the like you're on the side of the thing, but you are like you fall like forward as it rocks, and then as it rocks back, you're slammed backwards again into the side of the ship, and this is to stop you from going over.
Oh, okay, no pressure then. A 9.
Oh, it was nice.
And we
knowing
never
you.
saw Valmir again.
Man,
You don't sound happy about it.
The DC was 10.
Can I use inspiration? I have inspiration.
I will allow you to use your inspiration.
Here's the 1.
Oh.
Double one.
Yes, I'm alive.
And as you go over, you just take a moment, and one of your echoes, just its hand, like extends from yours, and the shadow grips on, and then you flip to the shadow just instantly. Like, a past, in that split second, a memory that could have been, or maybe did happen somewhere else, allowed you to latch on, and you climb back on board.
I am totally on board for a TPK from the weather. I think that would be the best thing that ever happened on the stream.
I'm going to pull out my shadow, and it's going to be in the center of the ship, holding on to like. Is there like the remnants of the mast?
Yes,
kind of
because
thing.
the masts were adapted to
it-
house the balloon,
he's-
so yes.
The shade is just gripping onto that. So if I need to swap to him, he's in the middle of the ship.
Yep, sure.
So
Okay.
I can't speak for what Zedaar could do to help with the situation, but I do know a little bit about artificers, and I know something specific about Braun. He's really good at repairing objects. It's one of his built-in functionalities. I imagine Zep would probably set Braun to fixing the balloon right now.
Okay.
Or Zep would come out of his hole.
I would. Oh, Zeb's already
Zeb's
out the hole.
currently
I am rolling for Zeb. Don't worry. I've been doing
Okay.
that, and he's already used a flash of brilliance in order to try and get you outside.
You rolled 2 natural ones.
Yeah, this is this is one after one right here. So another moment begins to pass, and if anyone is adapting what they're doing, this is the time for it now. Braun
I'm
does
lucky.
appear from the lower deck. He's in like his downtime gear. It's kind of a more like leisurely look. He's not in like full armament already, but he does have his shield and spear just in case. He doesn't wear armor anyway, so it's
So
He-
imagine
he's out.
Warforged in a bathrobe.
Marcus,
do
do you need more power?
Marcus turns around and says, "Just give it all you've got." Braun is going up, trying to
Okay.
climb to the
Dangerous.
balloon.
Marcus gonna need a word after this.
Darius isn't. Darius is. I want to say he's doing the same thing, but he's sitting at the deck right below the top deck. Like he's on.
Okay, first level.
He's in there. So there's as much crush zone between him and the ground when this finally falls. So we'll see.
So
yeah.
Ruby is gonna twin cast a spell into the engine
Okay.
at 4th level.
Okay. Give me those rolls. Give me 2 spell attack rolls. What spell are you doing?
I don't know how this would actually work. I can't throw a fireball into the engine, but it's like just straight up channeling fire into it. So
Okay.
Burning Hands, Aganazar Scorcher.
Yeah, go with Burning Hands, I would say. So give me a roll for a 4th level Burning Hands, because that's kind of like
that can't be
funneling
twin
it.
casted. Chromatic Orb.
Chromatic. Okay, so you charge up 2 chromatic orbs. Yeah, do that. Show me. Roll them bones. Show me those
twin
dice.
cast. There's one. There's 2. And here is their collective damage rolls. There's 1. There's 2. That's 27 and 20.
Okay, the ship begins to vroom, and the engines flare. Someone that hasn't already rolled a d20, roll me a d20 quickly. This is just survivability of the engines at this point. We are burning everything that's got. That's fine. It's only going to be if there was another natural one that we might have some issues. But the descent is now close to a controlled crash kind of speeds, rather than, you know, trying to maneuver intact because you've got a balloon. But it's and the ship begins to career downwards. The speed's really picking up. You're not out of control. Marcus is holding on tight. He is like there's the controls at the helm. He is fully engaged with it, sweat pouring down his brow. Zep is like, as Ruby is like channeling this fire, Zep is kind of jury-rigging the engine space open more to allow for more flames to get in, and also widening the exhaust as the fumes bellow out. Is there anything else anyone in the party wishes to do?
I'm
gonna run up. Oh, go ahead. I'm following you.
I have
He's
a
just gonna
well.
sit
I
down
need
now.
to. I have a plan. If something happens, but I need to know one thing, Mitch.
Okay.
How much does the ship weigh?
What
Number
metric
approaching
would,
indeterminate.
what metric would you like that in? Because very
How
heavy.
many tons?
What is the tonnage of a ship of the line? A lot. Like.
I no longer have a plan.
Okay. Ghibli, you had something. Go.
Will run up to the top of the deck and use my claws to hang on as I'm, you know, how quickly, how fast are we descending? Like, very scary fast?
Relatively,
auto-rotating.
relatively scary fast. Yeah, it's like one of those things of there's resistance there from the balloon that once you stop getting this boost, you're not gonna like instantly continue at this speed, but you feel like any more power and it's gonna be just as problematic as the thing shooting at you, kind of speeds.
So you had mentioned that the lightning had cracked off like a weather vane, right,
Yes,
off of
yes,
the
it
ship.
had.
Is that on the deck or did it fall off of the ship?
Give me a quick investigation check.
Okay.
Wasn't that mounted on top of the balloon?
It was.
So how big is the tear in the balloon?
It's along the entire like right side of it.
That was the wrong.
Alright, Braun, Flexio.
11.
So
I'm up
you're-
there and cast mending or something. I don't
You're-
know. Get your ass out.
Braun
We're
is
not even
climbing
gonna get
up.
to
but-
Odd this
Mending is
session.
not big enough.
We're gonna get stranded in the middle of the French countryside with our airship. Just look.
Every World War I German's worst nightmare.
Do I see any like metal if
Angry.
it's not the weather vane itself? Just
Well, that's
Right.
that's
Metal.
enough because it's kind of not as difficult to see. The you go to the top deck and you're like you don't see anything initially, and then there's like in a flash of like dissonant lightning, you see a slight silhouette off the side of the ship. And you go to the side, and the weather vane is like jutting out of like the side of the second deck, and like it's like embedded into the wood of the side of the ship, barely on there, and kind of caught in a few bits of the rope, the rigging rope, but it's there, like kind of miraculously. I rolled a natural 20 for you to still have this on board the ship, but it's it's jutted like into the side of the ship and caught. It's not
Can I pull it out?
You can try. You can certainly try.
Okay. Strength check or
I will let you decide if you're going to try and do this with strength, or if you want to try
can
and
I do it
use
dexterously
if you
using
can-
leverage?
yeah,
as my
if
nimble
you
cat-like abilities.
go for it. Give me a dex check.
Okay.
That
So
was
you
so
you
close
see
to a
some of the
three.
rope of the rigging, and it's connected to part of the upper balloon still, and you quickly sort of wall run part of one of the remaining masts, jump to one of the ropes you think is connected, and essentially use your body weight to pull it, and you like stop halfway in the air and then feel it come, and just this metal pole starts flapping around and is like back on the deck of the ship as you land back on the deck yourself.
I will say this is cinematic as fuck.
Is it heavy? Is it so large and cumbersome that I can't pick it up, or
No,
am I?
You could pick it up. It is like it's about a 5-foot rod of iron with side like extra juts off of it. It's like a TV antenna essentially.
Ooh, I'm going to hold it. I'm gonna Misty Step 30 feet above the ship. I'm gonna throw it up as high as I possibly can, and then try to fall down onto the ship as we're falling down.
Give me a quick acrobatics check as well again. Just because you look up and you think you're gonna have to climb a bit before you misty step. That's
Okay, that's fair.
oh
No, it's not fair.
okay. With
You are
misty step,
inside the balloon.
yeah.
Oh,
Misty
no.
TPK.
What?
TPK. We're getting so close to
Somebody
Why are you
remind me
cheering for
because
a
I don't
TPK?
have it.
it. It's the first one I've ever seen.
Because I don't have it open. Somebody remind
Honestly,
me
I
with
can't
misty
be mad.
step.
I can't be mad at
What
this.
happens when you misty step into an object?
Man.
I don't think you can. It has
Okay,
to be
you
a
can't.
place you can see.
It has to be a place you can
It's
see.
up to you, Midge, if Misty Step maintains lateral velocity.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to check that. So,
It says
Or
of
relative velocity.
unoccupied space
yeah,
that you can
unoccupied
see.
space that you can see.
sure. So, is what you see, you misty step and you've judged it slightly wrong and you've landed ever so slightly off to the side of the balloon and you kind of on the wet balloon surface, like slide down and you're now on like the side railing again. That's like the rim, that like the maintenance rim around the balloon. At which point you also see Braun rain pattering off his metal frame with like a toolkit in his mouth, like ready to like start repairing parts of the balloon.
Was I able to at least throw the thing up above the ship to
Um,
attract lightning away from the ship?
No, it's still in your hands currently. You can just throw it into the sky repeatedly if you wish.
I guess I don't get any extra height, but yes, I will throw
I
it.
want to get rid of that
Is he
giant
strong?
metal
Wait,
object.
is the robot strong?
Braun is very strong.
Snape's
I-
brawn.
I hand it to him and I go, here, throw this.
Not all of my allies are handling
Up.
this so
What?
competently.
Actually, he's not as strong as you'd think. He's only got a +2.
I have a minus,
Oh.
so
Wait, I'm stronger than Braun.
Yeah,
metal man, throw the metal.
he's like,
Otherwise, the lightning will strike you.
he's like, he listens to you for a moment and goes, no, that is a good point. And boom, he begins to try and throw it on the ship, and he's climbing the side. He actually throws it once, nothing strikes it. He catches it again. He goes, I'm going to fix this first, and starts to climb the side of the balloon, or attempts to.
Yes, very important we fix the weather vane before the balloon.
He's going off of what he's been.
We really need to know where the wind is blowing right now.
I think we'll make it all the way to the scene of the crash. I think that's where we're heading right now.
Okay. I need.
We'll get there in good time.
I
Yeah,
need another
yeah.
D20
We're go.
from someone.
I'll do it.
Okay, do we want to crash, and therefore, do you want me to roll?
I just want to say, Mordred, I'm so
I'm
sorry
ending
what
this
these
now.
guys are doing to your skyship. Okay,
Just gonna test it
17.
out.
17 is good.
It's a good call.
Gourd, you're still on top deck, aren't you?
Yes, I was. Yeah, I was gonna. The reason why I asked about the side of the balloon was because I was gonna see if possibly casting something like Entangle would be able to help kind of seal up the balloon a little bit to kind of give it more, stability. So that
Oh, you can definitely try and do that if you want to do that quickly before this happens.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what
That was
I would like to try and
ominous.
do.
I don't like the way
Sure,
you said that.
go ahead. Give me a spell attack. Because entangle isn't something that's normally fired at a location and then tried to, morph into like a shell for a balloon.
Well, yeah, and it's just a 20-foot square.
Yeah,
so I just
exactly.
Try and
but you're
cover
trying
the
to.
balloon with
Okay,
that.
you're just trying to kind of silly stringing this and just hope for the best, or are you trying
yeah,
to directly
kind of
hit
just
the
like
rip?
yeah.
Because if you're trying to directly hit the rip, I'll let you, roll a spell attack. If you just want it to be
Yeah, I'll do that. You know what? I'm
blanket.
gonna try and hit it as in the best possible way that I can.
Sure, cool.
I'll risk it to get the biscuit. So that'd
Absolutely.
be, what is it? Spell attack. Oh.
Wouldn't it be your D20 plus your spell modifier?
Which I think will for you
Yeah,
will
but
be
I
a
have-
wisdom, as both a
it's-
ranger and a cleric.
Yeah, it should. So, alright, so.
I feel bad for
Tryna-
Mordred.
Alright.
He watches his baby die on stream.
That guy rolls so well that if he was here, the ship would be like fine.
Oh no,
So clearly
his
it's
roll.
just-
Be fine if you didn't roll.
I am burning things. Like there are other rolls going on right now which are saving your bacon, frankly.
I have
Everything
a
you
+5
guys are
to
doing
wisdom.
is okay. Sure. So a 17 again. Okay. Okay. With that, how does Gourd cast? What's Gourd's casting process?
He has a arcane focus.
Oh, so it's his holy
He uses
symbol.
basically like it's like a holy symbol druidic focus.
So
basically.
you take out your symbol, which is like it's like wooden, unique, kind of natural carving that you've got, and in the rain, rain like instantly off your paw and off the focus as this entangled vine just flurries out towards the balloon, and actually some of it some of the vines knit into the outer layers that are ripping up and flapping about and kind of sew it slightly. It looks like it might have helped. Awesome.
Yeah, and I would just keep burning spell slots to kind of maintain my concentration on that for as long as I needed to at this point. Which would be, I have 3 second level spells, so.
Another crack of lightning bursts out and hits the very center of the middle of the ship. But it feels like it was at max range, and it's only the very end of the lightning arc actually manages to make a hit, and all the damage seems to be superficial, but it still made a hit. And anyone who was
Did it
on the
hit
top,
max?
it hit the the actual hull of the ship this time.
Okay.
Anyone who is on the top deck may give me a quick perception check, or anywhere near the top. Zedaar, I need you to quickly make a strength saving throw, acrobatics check, dexterity saving throw, whichever one is better for you, and however you think Zedaar would be bracing right now, do so, because where it struck is quite near to you. It's not anything severe, but you'll find you managed to use some of the cots that are in the medical area to stabilize yourself, but something heavy just hit the side of the ship, and
It's
instantly,
okay. I'm sure they are handling it.
and instantly you're getting the smells of lightning. You know, the after sort of smell that you get in a storm,
Ozone.
the burnt
They're
ozone.
very competent. They have this under wraps. They have not fucked anything up. I can assure you.
Zedaar, we're going down. Just in the doorway. Just
Fix it.
Okay.
Darius is just in the doorway with a bottle of rum or something Zedaar,
Ruby.
buddy, we're going down.
Ruby, I'm gonna come to you first. What are
Okay.
you doing? Are you still pumping power in?
Yeah, last she heard was give the engine power.
Okay. Yeah, and Marcus says
Good.
Now
We're
that
gonna
being said,
explode when we hit the ground.
is she feeling the ship going dangerously out of control? Is she able to maintain her footing?
You feel like a few more hits like that whilst you're casting could be very detrimental, and you feel like the speed, like you don't want to be pushing any further than you already are, because
you don't want to redline the thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You feel like you're just on the cusp of keeping this under control right now.
Which is what she's trying to do.
Zep is very much helping as well by adapting the engine on the fly as you fire into it.
Yep. Guess what she's still doing is, unless told otherwise, that's standing order. Keep the engine with power.
The metal of the engine has cooled slightly as well, and Zep is like nodding to you. It's like, okay, it's time to do another blast. How much are you throwing in, and show me what damage and spell you're putting in.
I guess, Zep, do I need to keep it low tier or high tier?
Same again.
I can't quite do same again, but we're going to give it the next best. She will twin cast it 3rd level.
A really good impression of Zep, by the way.
There is cast
legit.
1.
Don't crit.
No.
There is cast 2.
Okay. Give me that damage.
All right, one moment. There's damage round 1. It's 14. Damage set 2. 24.
Both
Okay.
of those add 1, right?
No, it's only up the 1s, 2s.
Your bonus fire as well, I take it you're throwing in.
Oh yeah, so that's additional 10. I'm sorry, 5. 5.
Sure. Awesome. That's fine. Cool. And with that, you're maintaining the power, and Marcus is just like turns to you, and he like sort of Zep rushes, like is kind of relaying between you and Marcus, because there is enough of a gap that over the roar of the engine it's kind of hard to like just shout this, especially at a storm in a almost firefight as well. Zep, it says, okay, Marcus is almost at the break in the storm.
Okay. I will keep it right.
Okay, top deckers, what are we doing? Anybody doing
Crying.
anything? You're crying.
Has
Okay.
this creature come close enough that I can like fire at it?
Oh yeah, no.
Or
Tell,
is it
give
still
me the,
miles
tell me
away?
what you got in those perception checks. Sorry, I skipped ahead to it.
We both got 21.
21.
yeah.
Okay. Valmir, you see this specifically because of your devil sight.
Yeah.
It just gives you that extra element in the cloud, but you see a couple of like rumbles of thunder and lightning, and you see this amassed shadow, like kind of in a large area of cloud cover. It is probably 200 feet away from you now.
Okay.
But it's like exact
Is it
position
closing?
Yes, this thing started from like when Gourd originally saw it. It was probably almost a mile out. This thing has closed fast.
I'm gonna shout at the top of my lungs. 200 feet and closing. It's coming. Get ready.
Okay.
Are we shooting at it? You gonna shoot at it? I'll shoot at it.
You can shoot
I
at
can't
it if
reach
you
it
want
yet,
to.
but I will when it can.
You can definitely shoot at it if you want to. While it's not clear where it is, Valmir has
Zaraj
like
also got a 21.
guided an area. Yeah, the thing is, it was Zaraj sort of noticed you. Zaraj, you kind of noticed the movement. It's only Valmir that got the outline because of that extra physical element you have. You can take disadvantage attack rolls at it if you wish to, if you are in range.
It's cool. I'm gonna aim really well and use my steady aim, which gives me advantage, which should cancel it out and make it like a straight
Yes,
roll.
which it
And
does.
I'm gonna use my cheeky little longbow.
Go for it.
Let's see how that
Zaraj is
works out
full up
for
first
us.
first
Oh,
attack.
somebody's got a
of the
longbow
stream.
in the party.
I do. I do too.
With the exception.
I haven't used it.
Cats with bows. I
haven't.
love this theme.
Yeah,
I mean-
cats with bows. The issue is, how do I roll
Go to,
it?
So
go to your actions tab on your character on like the character sheet when you pop out. There should be.
I
if
see.
you
Thank
have it
you.
equipped,
Might be.
just-
Eh?
21.
Eh?
That
Eh?
hits. Feel free to roll damage.
Cool.
Just enough to make it mad.
Yep.
It's just flying around the ship and then hits, and it goes straight in.
What you see is your arrow pierce the cloud, and then the cloud kind of like the gap in the cloud doesn't like act like gaseously. It kind of stays open, and then you just see this small crackle of lightning from within it. You think you hit something?
Midge,
Yes.
I got a question for you.
Go for it.
So-
I'm open to questions
And
right
just
now.
smile.
All right. So, thaumaturgy lasts up to a minute, and it makes your voice 3 times as loud. Would
Yeah.
you say that that would allow my command to increase its range by 3 times?
That's in the spell command.
So the spell command is range of 60 feet. It says you speak a 1-word command to a creature you can see within range.
How long does thaumaturgy last for?
Thaumaturgy lasts for up to a minute.
Huh.
Command is a 1-round duration.
Is
So if I make my voice 3 times as loud, would the range increase since
I
it would
would-
now be able to hear me at a further range?
I would honestly say yes.
I also have thaumaturgy. This
That-
is now precedent. I like it.
This is
Yeah,
a
I need
gr-
to think, Midge.
That's a
Whatever
great.
you rule on right now is going to change things.
I would say in this scenario, considering you are literally fighting the weather, and that is all around you, I will allow it. I will allow it. So go ahead.
So I would like to target that creature that I saw earlier,
Mm-hmm.
and I would cast. I would
Only has a
stop
range of
casting
30 feet.
Entangle. Huh?
It only has a range of 30 feet. For the effect.
Thaumaturgy, yeah.
Oh, so it would begin to exponentially get quiet outside of that 30 feet.
That's how I read it, because
Okay.
it's cast on.
We can
it's
certainly
either
try it.
that,
It might
it's up
be
to you.
yeah. Just it will have an effect.
It's a very powerful thing you're just doing right now. It's powerful.
Yeah.
I think the 30 feet thing is you create an instantaneous sound that originates from a point of your choice within range.
Mm-hmm.
I just brought it up because I know Midge didn't have it up.
Yes.
So,
Well.
Yeah,
either
no, it's
way,
fair. I like I said, I don't want to try and do anything too crazy gimmick here, but no. And so if I could do that, so I would go through that casting process. I would
Sure.
drop Entangle.
Mhm.
I would use
Oh.
one of my.
Oh. Yeah. Okay.
I would have
you're
to. I
dropping
would have
an
to.
entangle. Sure. Okay.
Because that's a constant. Wait, no, neither of these are concentration.
If
So
neither
would
of
I
them are
technically have to
no,
drop
you,
Entangle?
You don't have to drop a concentration.
But you were saying
if you're...
you were saying that you were pumping spell slots into Entangle to re-up it because it's trying.
What's the
doesn't-
Yeah,
duration
but
on
I'm
entangle?
guessing we've only been. The duration on Entangle, it lasts up to a minute, I believe.
Okay.
But remember, Entangle does also the whole thing is that it just.
Concentration up to 1 minute, yes.
Okay. So.
I don't know how much time would have passed between all these actions. That's why I was.
It's combat.
It's kind
Yeah.
of. Yeah, it's kind of amorphous. It's not quite combat rounds. It's a little bit longer. It's like 2 rounds of combat, essentially. Per. You know what? I'm going to allow it because it's an inventive use. Just be mindful that you've used probably 2 entangles at this point.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. They're both first level spell slots. So leave me 1 more first level for further entangles, and then I'll
Sure.
burn 1 for command. And if you want, I'll even take away the inspiration for this. Like, I'll use my inspiration as just creating this effect.
Okay.
And then I'm just gonna shout to the creature, calm.
Calm. Okay. Is it a wisdom save?
And it is a wisdom saving throw, and that would be 8 plus proficiency plus my modifier, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that would be 8 plus, we're at 3 proficiency right now, and plus 5, so 16 wisdom save.
16. Okay. As you... Wow.
I speak Sylvan too, so I would, if it's an elemental, I would imagine that I would know that it would speak. I'd be able to speak a language with it. So.
As you... What languages do you speak, actually, just as a...
Languages in total? Sorry.
So.
Uh,
either way.
Primordial and Sylvan. Elvish,
Primordial.
Draconic.
Okay. You do the whole Num Shivai, the mummy, trying through the languages. And you release this guttural cry of calm in Primordial. And I'm allowing... That's where the inspiration has come in. And there's just something pulling you towards that language. And as you do, the storm around you settles. The rumbling of thunder becomes more of a murmur. And there is a licking of conversation in the clouds. But the rain stops, giving the ship just enough time to break out into that beam of sunlight and begin to safely descend fully. You have gotten out the storm.
How long is that going to last for, Gourd?
Not long. We need to move.
Especially given the fact that it covered most of a mile in under 30 seconds. It's probably need to get going.
And
Also,
we
I
need to
shot
get
it.
down.
And we actively attacked.
That was a great shot.
Oh, thanks.
You look behind you, and there is just this thicker, darker patch of cloud within the cloud cover that seems to be moving at a different rate to the rest of it. Almost like you'd stumbled into its lair, into a weather space that it controlled.
I would definitely make sure I spoke to the navigator who's keeping the maps and everything like that, and mark that as like a no-fly zone.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there are greater forces of nature at work in this area.
The
Do
Wood
not
Elf
disturb
navigator.
them again.
The Wood Elf navigator is already making a note of it, as I say. Well, this is why we keep the shipping lanes to where they are. Yeah, I should have guessed, really. But you descend, and you do land the vessel. And Marcus and Zep both agree that they're gonna need to take some time to check for damages and probably do repairs.
What's it like where we land?
What's it like where you land? You actually set down in farm fields, rolling farm fields. You seem to be in some sort of it seems to be some sort of root vegetable crop field that you're in. You're not quite sure what, but yeah, it's food fields basically. And there isn't a farmhouse anywhere close. You are just in the middle of multiple rolling fields.
So, Zaraj, how'd you like your second time flying?
I absolutely hate this machine.
Yeah.
I don't get sick, but frazzled.
Whatever
You are
that thing was
soaking
also
wet.
hated this machine.
You've been in an active rainstorm, so soaked to the bone. As a
Really
cat.
skinny cat, yeah.
Yeah.
All my fluff is gone. I say to Gourd, I'm sorry that I shot at your friend. I did not realize that you could communicate with the sky.
It was pretty much just like your shot. I was just throwing it out there in hopes that it would hear me and obey.
That was cool.
It really was lucky, to be honest. I think I spent one of my lives on that. Well, now that we're out of that catastrophe, let's take stock of what we need to do.
Did you mean to say catastrophe or?
Oh, catastrophe.
Oh my god.
I guess I slid that one in there a little bit.
Okay, so are the rest of you waiting around
Slowly
for
hating Gourd more.
what? For essentially Zep to finish his checking of the ship.
I think we need to pay the farm a
Yeah,
visit. We just landed in his fields. It's several gold worth of destroyed crops now.
This
or we could
happened
just
last time with
leave
the
without
dragon.
saying anything, and he just comes out. Oh, another crop circle. Just
Why does it look like a ship has landed in my inland field? Well, that storm was crazy last night, but I didn't think it'd pick up a goddamn ship.
we don't even know where the farmer that owns this field is. He said there was no farm. There's no farming. There's no like house anywhere nearby.
What kind of crops are they?
It seems to be root vegetables that you're in.
Cabbages.
No,
they
not
ready
even
for
Get
harvest,
some?
or are
Yeah,
they
I
like-
want to harvest some for Ruby.
Oh, okay. It seems to be radishes.
Oh, I can
Turnips.
use those.
Turnips.
Can use those.
Kind
Not only
of.
ruining the field, but stealing what's left.
I know he's not here, but Ruby is gonna offer a high five to Zep for a successful landing.
Because, she makes me food and I like to eat, so.
Sure.
Hey,
okay.
Zedaar, we landed. Want to let you know. I'm aware. Yes.
Can
Yeah.
can I get a high five to Zep? Just
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
mean, it would be a low five for you.
up high. Aw.
No, he jumps. He jumps. Zep's got quite the jump on him, considering how many times he has to get onto Brawn on and off.
He
quickly.
Yoda jumps up there. Boing.
5-foot vertical on him. It's weird.
In his youth, he was a great gnome ball player.
He was the ball.
Just had that verticality to his jump that really.
Really needs to stop.
Man. Just a note, this would be the first time Ziraj has seen Stone, the drake that accompanies Gourd.
That's true.
I
Ziraj,
did
there,
not
there is
realize you have this.
yes, there is a drake that a small dragonkin that is accompanying the Leonin, much like a pet or companion.
May I pet him?
Yes, you may.
I
And,
hold up one of the turnips. Does he eat turnips?
Hold on. I'm gonna roll an animal handling check to try and get him to eat the turnip. Go
Like
on,
against
go
his
on,
will.
Go on. Take the turnip.
God, this is a. It's kind of.
Yeah.
You see, the Drake kind of arch its back and kind of smell it. Kind of puts its tongue out, gives it a lick. Then looks up at you like, do I have to? Looks back at it and eats it.
Oh,
Raw
he is a
turnip.
good boy. Yes, it's good.
Yes.
Well, perhaps I shall find more suitable food for him.
I think he'll eat most anything. And I'll kind of just give him a scratch behind the ears, like, you're in for it, buddy. Thanks.
Literal wingman.
Mm-hmm.
Aw.
Okay. Love that. But yeah. So if you want to go try and find the farmhouse, you may. Absolutely, you may. But if you're just gonna wait around, it takes about 2 hours for Zep to complete his checks fully of the ship. And he feels like he could have the balloon repaired within a day. But it will take a full day. He doesn't want to risk putting the ship back in the sky with this much damage.
Looks like we're sitting around for a day then.
Yeah, we're settling in.
How
I'll
far
break
away
out
are
my
we
dice
from
set.
the city?
You are probably about a day's foot travel.
We could walk on foot to the city. Stay out of the bucket of metal you put in the sky, perhaps?
How long will it take to repair the damage?
About a day.
About a
the same.
day. About the same.
We want to risk putting, even after it's repaired, putting it up in the sky without us in there if something else happens.
There's also a chance that that creature is still around.
I would think that it's remaining where it was.
I think Zep
It
and Maka
almost
should
seemed
stay
like
with.
we stumbled into its area.
I think Zep and Maka should remain with the repair teams to finish the ship. The rest of us need to get going to Ate. Time is of the essence.
Very well. On foot it is.
With a
Well,
quickened
it's been a
pace, I
while.
believe.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm incredibly relieved.
Okay, are you taking Darcy?
Yes.
I think yes, because we're gonna go pick up
I
our
can't think of any
merchant,
reasons Zedaar wouldn't.
and he might have, yeah,
Well, we're not-
Darcy and like
we're
a
not-
cart behind.
Would we even pick up the merch? Would we pick up the merch? Because I think the merchant would need like a hold. Like
That's
but-
why we bring Darcy and the cart, and then we can like whatever the merchants picked up, we can put on the cart.
Why wouldn't we just wait for the ship to get here?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that's true.
So why do we need Darcy?
We take Darcy because Darcy is my baby.
Okay.
And I'm not
Darcy
leaving her
is now
behind.
Darcy is
No,
now
that's
also
fine
a
by
mount
me.
for Zedaar, so
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I'm. As long as
It's
there's a
Stone
reason.
and Gourd, Darcy and Zedaar. Like, that's how it goes.
Zep and Braun, weird relationship.
Zep and Braun. This is.
Valmyra and Darius.
Which one is the mount in
Doesn't
that
matter.
scenario?
No.
Depends on the day.
No.
Okay. So,
We can also bring the cart just because it might come in handy.
sure.
That way we all don't have to walk. We can just be.
There aren't-
pulled.
There aren't engines on the cart anymore. As just a
That's
reminder.
fine.
So it's just
Sorry,
a wagon.
you have a car?
We had a
God,
train.
With a T on the end. Cart.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, though for a while it was like a
Yeah,
car
yeah.
without the T. They
No, it wasn't. It was a
Yeah.
battle wagon, but no, now it's just a
It
cart.
had an engine. It was able to move on its own for like short distances. There was, yeah. We've kind of gone up
Rich
from that.
people.
rich.
Luckily, it's been stripped of a lot of weight, so I don't think Darcy's going to struggle to pull it.
Oh no, not at all. Not at all. It's more the weight she was designed to pull at, so it's like not hampering without, it's good. It's good. But you begin a journey on foot. I take it that you're kind of all bungling into the somewhat decommissioned battle wagon. Zedaar back at the helm, and this feels oddly familiar to you all. This was your way of life up until recently, and kind of take a little bit of solace in that.
It's a humbling moment.
Yeah.
Make sure to feed Darcy a big helping so she's not stopping every 5 minutes to snack on radishes and cabbages and turnips and all kinds of stuff in this
Yeah.
field.
I was about to say, Zedaar, give me an animal handling check as you move through a
Gourd's
field
never
of
been
her
in the battle
favorite
wagon.
food.
Just realized that.
That's true.
The neighborhood
Ne-
is cabbages, so yeah.
They-
I mean,
ne- neither of your feline companions have been in the battle wagon yet.
We're in the back seat, just.
God.
I would I would try and help, or I would do as much I can to help with Zedaar with tracking and whatnot. Using my abilities as a natural explorer.
Sure.
I also have Natural Explorer.
Okay.
Fucking cats, man.
What?
Ruby follows
Ah.
the sun, going in the correct direction.
Ruby is the sun.
Not
That's
yet.
why you
Wait,
walk in
Ruby
circles.
following a big ball of fire? Who'd have
Um,
thunk?
Oh dear. But you make it out the field. No questions asked. You get about 10 minutes down the road when you first see your first farmhouse, and it's a big estate, and clearly this state home complex plus outer buildings of it's almost like a enclosed village, but also seems to be Ruby might know a bit about this, but it's kind of monastical as well in construction. And Ruby, you would know that this is probably one of the many. They're known as field monasteries. They're essentially agricultural hubs run by the monks, yeah, and the ecclesiarch of the area, the Church of the Chevaliant, which.
They really like their wine.
Yeah, amazing beer as well, honey mead, all sorts. But it's kind of a combination. It's not just monks in these scenarios. They have a lot of peasantry that live in the outer buildings as well. It's kind of almost they're villages, but built tall rather than spread out. To maximize the the usage of a lot of the land in the area. But yeah, and you travel along until you push on. Are you pushing through the night to try and get there? Are you hard pressing this, or are you gonna take a rest?
I would vote not. I don't think we should risk us arriving not at our best. We did just almost die to the weather. I don't think we want to risk anything today.
some of us would have died.
Quick note, Midge.
That being
As
said,
far
Ruby
as
does.
that-
Sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
If we can even rest for a little while, I would appreciate that. Just an hour. Ruby's going to regain some spell slots using sorcery points and the Bloodwell Vial to get her spell slots back.
I mean, you probably could have taken a short rest in transit in the back of the wagon if needs be for that. But
Okay.
it's more the thing
we'll have
of, are you going to push through the night? Sort of, are we going to go to exhaustion levels? How much are you exerting yourselves getting there?
Zedaar will not push Darcy, so no, we're gonna rest.
Hey, Zedaar, does Darcy give milk?
He looks at you like that's the dumbest question he's ever heard.
It's a reptile, my dude.
It's a reptile.
Reptile. It's
But it's big. I don't know.
I mean, there's a lot of
Reptile,
things that are
dude.
big that don't give milk.
Lizard milk.
You get
Okay.
milk
Are
from
you
the lizard,
sure you're
thumbs
a
up.
ranger?
You need to think about that. You need to think about
Question: Does your Drake give milk?
Drake's a boy, so probably.
Oh,
It's also a
Yeah,
magical
there we go.
construct, so
that's true. That's.
Oh man, that is well.
Was that Gourd just not knowing that, or did Shane not think for a second? And yes.
That was me kind of not thinking for a second, but also
That's great.
It's a little bit in character too, because I don't imagine that Gourd would have much experience with this type of animal.
It's
To
true.
be honest.
yeah. Fun fact:
So-
Atria not big on the milk production.
Not known for their decadent lattes.
Massive import, though. Massive import.
before we left
Yes.
the ship, I would make sure
I
that there was
refuse
some
the
kind
desire
of-
to make a joke of asking what is milk. I figured, no, he knows what it is, but he still thinks that's a really dumb question.
That's great. Oh, great.
Before we left officially, Gourd would to inquire with me what kind of milks were on board, and try and figure out what would be the best milk that McAllen want
Sure.
to be left.
Give me a quick. I'll allow nature check, because considering your background.
Fucker, am I gonna have to start preparing create food and water again so I can create milk?
But it would be
Milk you?
Be practically tasteless though, right? It's just
Still milk. It's milk by definition is bland.
Creamy.
it's
I
got.
mean, yeah, if you use like the super skimmed shit.
Yeah.
I mean,
Are you drinking 2%? Because
Yes, that is my preferred milk, as a matter of fact.
somewhat.
I
No
can't
shit,
drink
it's bland
milk,
then.
So it's the forbidden drink for me now.
you could create
That's a-
whole milk if you wanted to.
Could be oat milk. Could be almond milk. It could be.
Yeah, no, we
I gotta try oat milk. I
You
can
don't.
only drink almond milk. I can only drink almond milk because I'm also intolerant to soy. I found out. So just when I found out I was
Anyways.
intolerant to milk.
Yeah. So give me. What's that check?
15.
Let's- 15.
Yep.
You feel like any animal milk would be fine?
Okay.
Normally, you've heard from experience that they prefer bovine, but whatever's to hand.
Wait, let's talk my memory here, Mitch. Didn't we actually buy a goat to stock on the ship for milk and cheese production?
I thought we did.
I think
I
you
just
did.
wasn't
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
No.
Oh God, that poor thing.
But I
plenty
figured
of-
I'd check with the
plenty of goat milk.
ship's head chef, to see what kind of stuff we had in stock. And then from there, in the intelligence check, I would just provide whatever
how you
we
doing,
had
Chef?
that was kind of the best option. And since I've been, kind of cool with pretty much all the crew, I'll just make sure that I let, those that are in the vicinity of where this is being left, don't touch with it.
Okay,
Don't
so
touch
this
it
was
at all.
before you go. You kind of outlined this milk. Nobody touch it.
Yeah,
Give me a quick persuasion.
yeah, this is before we
check.
left.
Give me a quick persuasion check.
Natural 20.
Considering what you have just pulled off for the crew and that persuasion check, they're not gonna fuck with your milk. Anyway,
Okay. Now that we're back on travel.
And they think it was like a cat thing.
Yeah, he's coming
Also
back for
milk.
this.
It may be sour by the time you come back, but it will be there.
It's goat milk. It's already kind of sour.
it's true.
He's just trying to make sure he gets some cheese curds,
Yeah, it's totally it's just a ritual thing for him, It's don't read into it. Okay, but
You said we came across this monastery of the ecclesiastical monastery that's responsible for these fields. Is that something that's on our way, or we have to go out of our way to approach that?
to approach that on your way, you probably would have had to take a side road and then come back onto the main road.
I don't know how much. Zedaar, you know what? Zedaar's not gonna do anything about that. He's like, if it's not out of our way, he was gonna drop in and offer some reprieve for the fact that we just destroyed a bunch of their fields so they don't get in trouble. Maybe offer to buy some of their wine at a marked up price, but if it's
Maybe
gonna be
on the way
like
back.
miles and miles out of our way, we're not
Oh,
gonna
we don't
come
want to
back.
be carrying. We don't want to be carrying barrels of wine again. Trying to say-
I won for the trip, my dude. One for the trip.
okay. It took us months to get rid of that stack.
Season 2, we're back on the alcohol trade. Let's go. Okay.
But yes,
So you
we
pull
gather
in,
our party and venture forth.
You've been venturing. You pull into a little. a little glade on the roadside. It's a thicket of about 4 trees. It's like 4 trees, a couple of bushes, but it's enough of an area that people have used it as a camp before. Who is taking what watch, if any?
Just use our
I
standard.
think we'll do our
watches.
standard watch rotation.
Well, you're missing some people from that standard watch rotation.
I'm in the
Congratulations,
middle.
No,
you get to,
no, we're
Zeraj
not,
gets-
because we're just replacing Zeraj with
You're
Zep.
missing both Braun and Zep.
Yeah, but Braun was like he
Braun
was on
couldn't
all of
see.
the
Well,
watches.
you're replacing Braun with me. And Stone.
Well, we can't replace Braun with you. Braun took every watch.
Braun took
Yeah.
every watch.
Well, Stone.
'Cause he didn't sleep.
He wasn't very good at the watch. He doesn't have night vision.
He couldn't see anything.
The battle wagon again. We get
We
the
could watch us
no, we
sleep
had the
just
lamps on it.
fine.
We had the lamps, which helped, but he basically his focus was on like close guard rather than searching the horizon.
I'll
This
take
campaign's gonna be
middle
totally
watch
symmetrical. We're
when
gonna
it's
end this
darkest.
game.
How do we
And
open
the
up
season
our
being
watch thing
kidnapped.
again? 'Cause there used to be
You
a
go to
place
the
we
party
copied.
sheet. Go to the party sheet, and then you go to order. And
There it
then
is. I couldn't
there's
find where the
watch.
folder button is. Yeah.
Okay, then team. So
I think team 1 was Zep and Ruby.
For some reason,
Or not,
Ruby's on
Zedaar and
Zep's-
Ruby.
watch
Zedaar
0.
and Ruby, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Zeraj will be on second watch, and Gourd will be on third watch.
Zep and Zedaar and Ruby. Then take your first.
Natural 20.
Okay.
I got a 3.
Ruby.
Edge.
Deep into the night, you see a somewhat faint glow in one of the fields. Sort of a yellowish tinge. Outline of a person. And then it fades towards another set of trees across the field and dissipates. Not like goes behind the trees, but it's like the trees didn't matter to it. So
Is it moving towards us, or?
it looked like a rider, a horse rider of like a yellow, glowing of a yellow ichor, spectral almost in appearance, and it just
How far away?
plowed into the trees. 400, 500 feet.
Are these really thick trees?
No, not necessarily. You'd see through the other side of them if it was still
Okay.
there, but it wasn't.
She'll gesture to Zedaar. Da, I think we just got scouted by somebody.
Scouted by what?
Rider on a horse, I think.
I see no riders on horses.
She'll point in the general direction. Went that way before the light went out.
I do not see anything.
You want to go with me to see what it might be?
The last time that happened, we ended up getting into a fight with an Eladrin that was spying on us from the Eladrin Empire, which led to us being tracked down and hunted down and attacked by another group from the Eladrin Empire.
Okay. I'm not hearing the yes or no. I'm hearing the restatement of things that happened last time, which we came out okay.
I'm hearing that the last time we did something like this, it caused us to be in a situation that was not okay.
We came out all right.
Right, you believe any situation can be amended so long as it works out fine. I forget this sometimes.
Mhm.
If you want to investigate, go ahead. I'm not going to leave the camp undefended.
I'll be back.
Okay. So you're making your way over there
Walking.
openly, like
No, she'll stick to the high brush and cover
so
as much as she
stealthily.
can.
Okay, roll me a
Stealthily.
stealth check.
Bearing in mind, okay.
How stealthily can I go?
Do I have
without
advantage
making
in
a
the dark?
You might do.
Oh, good thing I had advantage in the dark.
Okay. You begin to
That's 3 natural 20s in a row, by the way.
You begin to maneuver towards this area of trees in which you saw it. There is... And you're there, and there's no sign of anything.
Out of a habit, she's going to look up just to see if somebody might be in the trees.
Nothing in the trees.
No horse?
No horse in the
tree?
tree. No.
I mean, there's no horses around. I'm sorry. To be a little more specific.
No, you don't see any horse. In fact, give me a quick investigation check as you look around. Look around. Oh.
Roach?
Like, imagine, you know the goats that, like, climb trees?
Got that reference.
Oh,
Investigation.
wow. You threw me off there for a second.
15.
Why would I be?
No, the horse, because yeah.
It takes a
which
moment
horse-
for your eyes to adjust. But there's one peculiar thing you notice. There is no hoof print. There is no tracks. And in this little other glade of trees, there is what seems to be a sarcophagi, nestled and overgrown.
Two of the players going, no, 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 no.
Oh, leave this to the level 3s. Leave this to the level 3 adventuring party.
Yes, this is this is not for us.
God, Ruby's curiosity is really gonna get her killed.
Honestly, look,
It's
Curiosity
okay
kills the
though,
cat.
because neither
Was that a sacrifice?
what
Brought
would
it back.
Ruby do? What would Ruby do?
What would
Let's
Ruby do?
just go with that.
Ruby would
Just go
probably
with
go
that.
back. Ruby would probably go back to Zedaar. Is actually what she would do. She's
Cool
crazy.
thing.
She's not.
Let me touch it.
No, she's crazy.
Curiosity
She's
only
not.
killed the cat, and you're human.
She's crazy. She's not stupid.
Leave it to the cats on the other watches.
More like people with dark
die.
vision. Yeah, Ruby's gonna creep on back home.
Okay. You creep on back. You make it back to camp. Zedaar is there. I imagine just
Sitting there, keeping an eye out.
yeah, just
I didn't see the rider, but there was a sarcophagus in one of the glades. And I pride myself in not going out and investigating it. You should be thankful.
When you went out investigating it, yes.
I didn't really investigate it. To see that it was there.
And
Look,
you
I'm
didn't
very
find
hard-
anything but a sarcophagus.
In the middle of a field.
Sounds like something we really should not be messing with.
Be some dead guy.
Where's your sense of adventure?
Back on the ship.
That sounds
Also,
really interesting. Let's leave that to the proper authorities.
Where's your adventure? Back on the ship, apparently with your sense of humor.
I think that one was left in Negring's Land.
but with that, your watch comes to an end. Next up, we have
There's a sarcophagus in the trees. Don't investigate or Zedaar will judge you silently.
Not going to be
I'm
silent about
pretty
it.
sure
Don't
he
disturb
wouldn't
the
be
dead.
silent about it.
Zaraj
Who's on
and Zaraj and Valmir.
There's probably gold.
Unless Gourd has
Are you trying to get us
I'm
fucked
going
up?
to muzzle Ruby. I swear to God.
No, no, let it happen.
Perception.
You know what? Fine, do it. Just don't be upset when you come back for healing. It's like, I'm sorry, there's no healing to be found here because you didn't listen.
Zaraj.
I don't see shit.
Zaraj,
I imagine Zedaar would definitely be that way. Like, no, you stepped on the mine. You're missing your leg. That's your fault. I told you not to. Don't
Children
do
have
it.
to learn on their own, but don't be upset when you come back. It's like, I'm not going to fix it for you. You made the decision yourself.
Yep.
So Zedaar actually would heal because he's a total teddy bear.
So who's
Okay.
on this
When has
side?
Zedaar ever given the impression he's a teddy bear?
Zaraj, do you have night vision? Just
Oh yeah, I'm a cat.
okay, cool. Valmir, you rolled poorly, as always.
I know.
Zaraj, about
So
halfway
bad
into
casual.
about halfway into your watch, you catch a glimmer of this yellowish light. The far side of the field. It's a horseback rider, illuminating a golden glow. They ride across the field, not towards you, like horizontally, towards a thicket of trees, and then disappear.
Golden glow.
There's probably gold.
Zaraj, what are you doing?
I
Ruby did tell
So-
about that, by the way. That's yeah.
believe I saw the same rider that Ruby saw. Did you see it?
I was looking the other direction. Where was it? Where was it?
I pointed out through the thicket of trees. She had also mentioned a sarcophagus, which seems a little odd for a place like this. Sarcophagus is meant to protect the dead. This is out in the open.
I mean, I don't know. I'd say that's pretty protected if it's in the middle of nowhere. Then no one's usually going to stumble on it. I'd say it's probably more protected in the middle of nowhere than it would be in, like, you know, a very visible mausoleum in the middle of a city or something, you know? You want to go check it out?
I could, but why not? And I would like to stealthily move over there. You know,
Sure.
they call me Zaraj the Night, and I try to blend into the night. But you don't have dark vision anyway, so I really blend in. As far
He's
as we're
got devil's
concerned.
sight, so
Oh,
Yeah.
never mind.
Yeah.
That's even better.
You're talking.
He's
to
just really shit at rolling.
He's,
Yeah.
You,
he's
you actually have an outline about you that just shows him where you are.
just to put out, you just said you can't see me to the half drow, half
Tiefling.
half tiefling warlock of the party. Just because his
I rolled
rolls
a
are
24
bad.
though. Do you
Yeah.
see me?
No, he doesn't.
Not when you're behind a tree. No,
It's-
when you
it's
get from behind a tree, then I
It's-
can see you again.
Somehow in the darkness, Valmir has got himself completely turned around again. He's like turned back towards the wagon, like a moth to the glowing silver light that emits constantly.
God, I suck.
But you make your way across the field stealthily.
I got scimitars out though. I am ready.
Oh, you are ready, and you reach the same thicket of trees. There is nothing in your immediate sight. What would you like to do? Valmir, did
Do
you
you
go
know
with?
anything about?
Yeah,
Dead
I went
people?
with.
Okay, you two. You both.
It was
are
his
there,
idea
then.
to check
So,
it out. I
sure.
wouldn't have went by
I'm
myself.
not just gonna
That's creepy.
point. Or am I?
Just-
No, yeah, no, I went with.
Okay.
Go check it out.
You should totally go check that thing out.
So
Mitch is
I'm
really
almost
trying
thinking-
hard to get us for this encounter.
I am not doing anything. It's there.
It's there. Yeah, great. I think at this point though, with all the hustle and bustle and like a lot of motion kind of with people going in and out at the camp, I would say Stone might be like starting to stir a little bit and get like that puppy curious, like, hey, what's everybody moving around for? Like,
Stone can follow if you want him to.
yeah,
Sure. Okay.
I'd say he'd kind of like creep up
So-
behind.
Zaraj, Valmir, and Stone. You are greeted by somewhat open glade within a thicket of trees, probably about 5 or 6. Bark and leaf litter around. It's kind of a break in the fields. Kind of natural, but you're there.
Is there anything written on the sarcophagus?
You don't see it yet.
You have to roll for that.
there's a lot of like, it's kind of like a dead bush and bushes, and you know, it's you are in front of it. You haven't left the field yet. If you want to just progress straight in, you can.
Did it run in there?
Okay.
I guess we could. What's the harm? What's the worst that could happen?
Okay. You enter the glade, and unless you want to roll for it, but after a small moment, you see this overgrown sarcophagi. Looks to be a stone single-bodied sarcophagi with a figure kind of on the top, and then there is a small bowl or pedestal towards the feet, like jutting out of the sarcophagi.
Is there anything in the bowl?
No, the bowl seems to be empty right now.
I wish we had some of that milk.
I don't think it's for milk. It might be like for flowers.
Oh, I thought it was like a food offering.
And your question
Really?
was, is there any writing on the sarcophagi?
Yeah.
Yes, there is. And as you look closer, are you like gonna try and physically? What are you doing to investigate this sarcophagi? Describe to me your investigation.
I mean, I'm not going to move closer than like about 5 feet away, 10
Okay.
feet away.
There's a lot of like overgrowth and stuff. So are you?
I'm gonna pull out the glaive and see if I can just like flatten down some of the grass near it so that I can read.
Sure.
See if there's anything there to read, so I can get a better look.
There's a fair amount of text on the sides and at the and like around the rim. Like imagine the top of this sarcophagi is like the visage of an individual, somewhat armed and armored, but kind of it's hard to make out whether there's like chips of the stone like are broken off, who or what it exactly is. But then that like stone outline is framed. Almost like Han Solo in Carbonite, kind of. It's the top of like, or if you've seen any of the old like Templar graves in anywhere, that's kind of that vibe. And then raised, and it's got like a sarcophagus box. And there's various like scrolls carved into the side with like gallons of mountains of text, and there is text all the way around the rim. Some of it broken, some of it still intact. What languages do you speak?
I speak the greatest of languages. They are Common, Draconic, Elvish, Infernal, and Undercommon.
You do not speak this language. However, you've seen a language very similar to it recently. You think it might be in the local language or a variant of it.
Damn, if only Ruby was around. Do you speak this local language, Zeraj?
Zeraj, do you speak Fionian?
Fionian?
Nope, I do not.
Okay.
I think there were only 2 party members that do.
I don't care much for reading. I grew up without a formal education, unlike all of you rich people.
No, that's fair. That's fair. No,
You have
I'll
a
take that, that's fair.
skyship, a cart, everyone's got pets, and
I don't have a pet.
you have me, and I like drop on all fours.
And
Goodness gracious.
Not in
As-
a creepy way. Not creepy
I-
though.
I don't think you can do
As-
that. I don't think you
No,
can say that
it's
afterwards.
already-
Disclaimer.
Already past that point.
as you begin to chat in front of the sarcophagi,
Oh wait, yo, this is in character. Fuck.
a
You just went full pet in front of the dead.
The dead person rises
you
up. What's up, guys?
you feel a presence behind you and a subtle golden glow. And we're going to go to our break. So we will see you in 5 to 10 minutes time. When we will return with whatever this is just becoming, as Zeraj the Knight and Valmir openly discuss animals in front of something in the background. So we will see you very shortly. what seems to be a knight-ish. They have somewhat simplistic plate. Their face is skeletal but skinned. Like there's still skin, but like there's no eyes. They have a tabard with a crest on the center, and they hold a scythe, like a two-handed scythe, and a shield. And they've just dismounted from a very undead-looking horse. And there's this faint golden glow. All of it is sort of luminescent. They're partially opaque. Translucent, and the light kind of is both emanating from them and can pass through them. They don't appear to be hostile.
I'm gonna give like a noble head nod. You know, like the 1800s British officers just.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I bow to my betters. I'm but common street trash, so this guy looks important.
Sure.
I say, good evening, Sir Knight.
It kind of, its head kind of looks at you. And then speaks a language to you that you don't understand.
Balls.
And there is a lengthy speech presented by this aberration in a language you don't understand, with various arm gesticulations and verbal flourishes that it's quite engaging.
Do we notice that Stone has come with us, by the way?
Oh, absolutely. There is an enthralled Drake looking up at it like a puppy watching other puppies on TV.
He understands the language, doesn't he?
What
You don't have to answer that. You don't have to answer that.
Hang on, I need to double check.
That's total out of character. Like,
This is like coming across the
I'm pretty
ghost
sure
of a
the Drake
Byzantine
only understands the
soldier,
languages that
and they're
Gourd
just
does.
They're just talking
Okay.
Latin at you, and you're just like, all right, buddy, I don't know what's going on. Roman centurion ghost, just avenge me.
No,
You don't understand what he's saying, this guy?
I don't.
The I'm gonna just say ghost, because it quite clearly is at this point. When you two kind of start talking, like while he's mid speech and like look, apparent looks of confusion, he kind of audible slump.
I give him 2 thumbs up, and I cast Detect Portal.
Detect portal. Can you drop that in chat so I know what that does?
I sure can.
Can I like whisper to Stone, and say to-
Closest planar portal within a mile of you.
go get Gourd.
I'm still just standing there.
Closest planar portal within a mile of you. Hold on, I need to roll.
Oh god, I just wanted to know if he's just...
when you forget to read the fine print of the spell.
There is no planar portal in your direct vicinity, but for some reason there is like you just get the sense that there is something to your like northwest that is really like pinging the magical radar, like, and by northwest, so it's like almost a mile.
Is that
random
the
ghost.
I
direction
don't know
that
where we're
we're
going for
heading?
tomorrow.
It's the monks with the booze.
We travel. We get caught in a storm, crash land, find a ghost in a
Laner
field,
booze? That's awesome.
uncover
abs-
a devil plot at a monastery.
Like absinthe, but black licorice.
Clearly, we're going to meet Valmer's dad.
Hey.
But
We just want to do the main plot, but the game
You-
keeps throwing side quests at us.
you keep, you keep, but
I'll remind you, this is a side quest. This was not the main plot. We're getting side quests to distract us from our side quests that distracted us from the main plot.
I would
But really, they're leading us to the main plot the whole time.
the portal you feel like might not be to do with this, considering the distance.
I mean, that guy was on a horse. It could be real fast.
I would like to take more of the turnips, and I will offer it to him and sort of gesture at the little offering bowl on his sarcophagus and kind of be like, would you like this in your dead people bowl?
He gives another gaunt look of confusion. And then
Find somebody on the boat who speaks
Kinda-
Fionian.
and then kind of floats through Valmir.
Oh, okay, that felt weird.
Yeah, it felt really cold all of a sudden. And in fact, you sneeze.
Do I recognize the language he was speaking? Because like I might not be able to understand a word of it, but like if it's something I've heard before.
It sounds similar to Fionian, but it's not quite. You're intelligent enough to realize that that's
Ancient dialect kind of deal.
The old Theonian.
yeah.
Can I reach into my pocket? And I'm going to.
I don't know. Can you?
I mean,
It's
can I?
Valmer. Make him roll for it.
No, no. Can I snap the snapstone
Yes, you can snap a snapstone.
and say,
You have 25 words.
does it work on somebody who's asleep?
Yes.
I'm going to say, Ruby, you're needed at the sarcophagus. There's a ghost here speaking, we think, Fionian, and he just floated through me.
Ruby,
Ruby is duh.
you are jarred awake. Suddenly, the words of Valmir in your head.
Give me a minute. Ruby is gonna have some of her Thumati
Okay.
to help prevent the exhaustion.
Sure. And Valmir, you hear, give me a minute, because she's allowed a response. And there is an audible dink, dink, dink as the ghost taps the bottom of the scythe, to the immense amount of lettering and stuff on the side of the sarcophagi, and is kind of.
Ruby's gonna get dressed, have some of her tea to prevent exhaustion, and chugging it, making it lukewarm, so it's not even the good tasting, but it gets the effect. And going out.
Okay. You walk back across the field. There is no one guarding the camp. As you wake up.
Where's Gourd?
Gourd's
How-
asleep.
it was mine and
He's asleep.
Zaraj
Yeah, it was
as well.
our watch.
I thought everybody who's on watch went to the sarcophagus.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
the last watch was me and Gourd.
Yeah, she's gonna walk out, look around. Oh, for God's sake.
Everyone runs.
Go to
it.
Zedaar. Zedaar. They went out and did the thing.
Just a moment where he sits up. It's almost like you spreading that information led to this happening.
Yes.
It's almost like if I didn't, this thing could have killed everybody. Let's go.
Nope, going to believe this is still your fault. And Zedaar's just gonna wake up everybody at this point.
Okay.
That's what I said.
Gourd, you are awoken. Stone isn't nearby.
I'm just trying to do like charades, kind of like.
There he is. Gourd,
2 minutes.
apparently we have to investigate a sarcophagus in the middle of the night.
Friend
Why?
coming over.
Because the rest of the
here.
party is stupid and they're trying to do so.
That
He
tracks.
can speak
Oh,
to
was it me
you.
again?
Also, it looks like Stone may have gone over there too.
Yeah, he'll. Yeah.
Zedaar's not even gonna bother putting his armor on. He's just going.
Ruby will give Zedaar some tea. The actual effect says if you're exhausted, it counters it. So I'm only assuming,
You're not exhausted.
not yet.
But it's like popping off, 48-hour energy. That thing.
Yep.
Eyes
48-hour energy?
5-hour energy. Oh yeah, this isn't 5-hour. This is 48-hour energy. I hope
Hold
your
on,
hearts are
hold on
strong.
there.
It's a liter of 4-hour energy drink just chugging down.
Yes. It's the effect.
It's
of that.
power thirst.
Surge back before they
This ain't
cancel
your
it.
normal energy. This is energy.
This is heart palpitations that can.
You'll feel awake for the rest of your life.
The come down is hard. But
Excuse me.
eventually, after about 5 minutes or so, you all gather. There is a
By the time they get there, there's
exhausted
probably like
ghost.
two
be-
silver in the pot. Probably the turnips there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And the sarcophagus, is there actually a
dirt.
figure carved into it, or is it like a flat top?
It's embossed. It's like a full
Can I fit on it?
on top of the figure.
Yeah,
on
like
top
if I fits, I sits.
Yes, you fit sense. Can sit.
Uh-oh.
I gesture, but I ask, like, can I sit on this? Is this okay?
We're
I sit
not
on
close
top of
enough yet, are we?
You arrive to Valmir throwing coins into this bowl, and Zaraj like sort of perched, like looking at this ghost from on top of the sarcophagus.
So literally
And-
doing everything that we shouldn't be doing with a random sarcophagus in the middle of the woods.
And
I've also
so-
swapped places,
and-
so
and
it's my
s-
echo that is talking to the ghost. Maybe
Yeah.
I could get on the same kind of. We're both see through.
You're trying to approach him on an opaqueness scale, and it's like guidance counselor trying to level with the kid, and then
Use pastor
Stone
voice.
and Stone is kind of like keeps jumping through the ghost horse, and then jumping
Stone.
through.
Stop it.
He's kind of
All
right,
and it's
all
instantly
right,
to
all
your side.
right.
Hey, Ruby, we think he's speaking like Fionian-ish.
She'll look at him, and then Fiona should say, "Good evening, sir."
I think there was a string of words in there that you didn't understand, but kind of understood. Give me an intelligence check.
There was ever a
Oh,
time
no.
for one of those fucking nat 20 in a rows.
Don't have comprehend language.
That would be no, I don't. Unfortunately, 10.
You get the gist of. He says he thinks he understands you, and you understand. It's like one of those. You're catching parts of the words. It's like you're essentially trying to go to like. You're talking French, and he's talking the root form of French. It's like trying to understand. It's like if I today was speaking to someone who spoke the same English as Chaucer.
You could read it, but hearing it would be difficult.
Yes.
You'd have trouble even reading it.
Well,
I
yeah.
can actually I can read Chaucer. It's not that bad.
I can read Chaucer as well.
But I have to
it's
pause
rough.
and think about it. Yeah.
It's rough. it's not easy.
She'll pause for a minute.
It's like listening to the people
Okay.
in Age of Empires speak.
Then she will try to communicate. Your dialect is unknown to me. But she'll look to his tomb. She saw it before.
Mhm.
And try to read what it says now.
Okay. Still, I need another intelligence check. Because it's Fionian, but not.
14.
You can't make out all of it, whereas some of it is broken up. Some of it is. Some of it is. Not intelligible to you because it's like the letters. It's like don't even look like today's lettering. The way that's
Sure.
like the calligraphy of it, for example. But what you do get is you can read the main sort of tagline of the grave, and it says "Shrine of the Onion Knight."
You were close with the turnips.
An Onion Knight. The Onion Knight? Do I know what the Onion Knight is?
Give me a history check.
Probably old children's tales.
Oh, Siegmeyer's the best.
Do you let us the rest
That's
of it?
natural 1.
You
But
do not-
can I
you
font? I can't font that. No.
Don't think so.
Yeah.
But you haven't heard of the Onion Knight.
Did you say Onion Knight out loud?
Yeah.
Is Zaraj is from around these parts-ish?
Can I roll?
Zaraj and Darius, I would say, could roll.
History or
History, yes.
$15.
Zaraj, actually, I'd give you advantage considering your background.
Good.
So feel free to roll again.
Ooh.
also 15?
2 15s.
You've somewhat heard of the Onion Knight. It's an old sort of day of your early Fionian folk tale of a peasant paladin who would bless farmlands and also unfortunately eventually met their end in one of the great questing battles of yore, and was supposedly one of it's kind of like a fabled knight, and they say that in certain areas of the country that no one's been able to like pin down where the story essentially came from, but some various areas have shrines of an Onion Knight to like bless the farmlands, for example.
Sure, I knew that when I was younger.
It's kind of a folk tale. However, before you seems to be, and as you look at the crest on the individual's like it's like carved into a way. It's not carved. Carved's the wrong word. Embroidered into the Wainfrock over the plate armor. Is an onion flanked by 2 shafts of wheat.
Can I make a bit of a jump here? Using context clues to roll for this. Does it seem like either this individual is a ghost of the famed Onion Knight, or is a follower of said Onion Knight? Maybe a pledge to like one that came a little later.
Squire or
Oh,
something
I
of the Onion
see.
Knight.
Like an order, like of a paladin order of the Onion
Or-
Knights or something.
Or is it like a
that?
Dread Pirate Roberts, where they're, when one dies, the next one succeeds?
Yeah,
Yeah,
does
sure.
it seem like he
Give me
directly
a. I'm not sure what check that would be. Give me an intelligence check.
The
Intelligence.
oath of
Okay.
agriculture. That's a weird one.
So, I'm gonna write that down.
Oath of
Oath of
everything. Yeah. sure.
They create food and water for free.
And they don't cry when they chop onions.
19.
19. You're not
Even
quite
with
certain
good
if this is the Onion Knight or a follower, but if they were a follower, they'll be relatively high status-ish. It's hard to say because it's almost like a paladin that's made to specifically look kind of peasanty.
Oh! This is in character. Trace roots around in his pockets because he doesn't carry a lot of these. And he takes out just a handful of copper pieces, all the ones he has. And I'm gonna I'm gonna look at the ghost. I'm gonna hold up a copper piece and I'm gonna put it in the dish.
I've already put 2 silver in there.
There's money in
But
there.
it's a peasant. If he's trying to look like a peasant, copper pieces are the currency of the lower class. Could be like a thing. I'm trying things.
There is. He looks at it again and goes, with the scythe again, just taps the side of the sarcophagus towards what looks to be an incomplete list, or a scroll with writing on.
Zedaar, is Zedaar with us? Or did you stay
Everyone's
over there?
there.
Zedaar's there.
Everyone's there.
Can you create food and water to create an onion and some wheat? Oh, we could put the onion and the wheat in the
Or I
dish.
can give him some Ruby's food.
Can we
What
just
does the
read
list
writing?
say?
He doesn't need any temporary hit points in case we have to
We
fight him.
can't read it. People have tried reading it. The one that was raised on the language can't read it.
I mean,
I guess.
if
What if we took an etching and brought it to a person that can read the language?
Can I make a disadvantage check since I also know Fionian, but I'm
I
not a
mean,
native
you've been
speaker?
verbally taught it, but
Yeah,
That's what I
Ruby
mean.
should read.
Can
I
I try it? I mean,
it's going to
I
be a
don't know.
high DC, so roll them
Well,
bones.
you know, just
I'm gonna
a
cast
disadvantage?
guidance on him.
Sure.
Okay, so is that a disadvantage?
Disadvantage
Or just high
plus
DC with
Just
raise?
help us solve this problem, please. And I'm gonna cast guidance
Okay.
on
Is
Darius.
intelligence check or history check?
Intelligence for comprehending it.
Okay, that's worse. All right.
Do I have enhanced ability? I don't. Never mind.
Okay. What was the defiant? What was the
D4.
thing you just? No D4. I don't think that's gonna matter. 15. I don't have inspiration. Not that it would have mattered. That would
You're looking at it and you go, can't make out all of the words, but you see water. You definitely get the word water.
pour a little water. I take out my water skin and I pop the cork. I'm looking at him like directly as like trying to I'm trying to use context clues of him with what the item to the dish, and I'm just like,
This individual has no eyes. I just want to reiterate that for the
he
people
has a
that weren't here.
body.
He has a body.
He has a body.
But he reacts to visual cues, right?
Oh yeah, he can
Thumbs
see,
up,
but there is no
thumbs
eye
up,
in the
yeah.
skull.
Nod. Just gonna drip some water in the dish. I don't know.
I think the onion. I think we need the onion.
Well, the onion is probably a given. Water is there. I want to think of the water.
Hold on a second here. Was there a particular meal or anything like that the Onion Knight was associated with?
Does he want us to cook?
I would assume onions.
God damn it.
Like an onion soup?
With wheat.
Are we supposed to like make a soup inside of this thing?
I take out a parchment. I take out a parchment and a quill. I'm just gonna put it on top of the thing. I'm just gonna go draw. That's why I said draw. It was Pictionary.
Okay, let me roll for him.
I want to ask, Zedaar, do you think that this spirit wishes to be laid to rest, or is he happy being amongst the living? You're a holy man.
What check would I make for that? Would it be an insight check or would that be a religion check?
I will allow you to way either which you would think Zedaar would to.
I'm gonna make an
answer.
insight check to see if I can understand what he's trying to impart to us, and I'm gonna guide myself again because I also want to roll a d4 on top of this.
Sure.
Natural 18. That's a
25.
minimum of
plus.
26. The d4 did not roll, as he may have rolled off the. Oh no,
The spirit seems to be very benevolent. It doesn't seem aggressive. You normally associate spirits that don't want to be here to be aggressive. The fact that there is a shrine to this individual, also linking them to the area, seems to
like
be
he's
the-
protecting the fields,
And
or
I
is at least keeping watch over the fields.
Yes, there is.
What's growing here?
Oh.
Does he know that we messed up
Oh.
his fields?
No, you gave him turnips.
Yeah,
but
how did he react when the turnip went in?
Yeah, that's not a thing.
He hasn't been giving context clues at all.
Damn.
The only clue he's been given has been tapping the side of the sarcophagus by that scroll.
My shade is gonna tap it with the bottom of the
Scroll.
glaive.
There's
Oh,
like
the
a,
scroll that's engraved in it.
yeah, it's an engraved scroll with like a ledger of text. And he looks at the paper. And picks up the quill.
Oh, this is progress.
And draws a sundial. And then
Okay.
a line. And he's tapping it. Points at the moon.
So do we have to be here at a
We're
certain
running out of
time?
time.
Oh.
Okay, we're running out of time. Okay. Hey, I'm doing this to him. Doing this to him.
You know what the word water is, right? Why
Yeah,
don't we take that and try and figure out the rest?
If you want
Yeah, like
to
a decoder ring.
if you
Like a
want to
tran-
take
like
some
take-
time
I
to
don't think that works.
if you want to take some time to study this and try and work out the other language, we can do so. It will require some extra checks.
Yeah,
Ruby's
Ruby's
another
gonna
language on there?
Ruby's trying to translate the what's on his sarcophagus.
Okay.
Just want to put in context here. We're trying to translate a language with at most 5 letters that we know.
No,
Hey,
we know more.
Zedaar, as this is going on, is gonna say, "You know what? You all work on this. I'm gonna try something else. How far away from the monastery?"
We are like an hour down the road.
Zedaar is like, "I'm going to go get on Darcy. We're going to go check the monastery, see if I can get any information from them."
Before you
Zedaar,
go,
can
before
I
you
have an
go,
onion, please?
Take an
Oh,
etching. Take an etching.
There is
I'll
a
join you because no, don't.
there is a plane to an there is a portal to another plane of existence you may wish to know about.
Really noted. I will take an etching from it.
You're
Just
gonna
to
go
make a
ask for
copy of what is on
directions.
the scroll.
I think we killed the DM.
No, it's
You're
fine.
gonna ask
I-
for
I-
directions, then get into a whole other quest on the other side.
I had a makeshift light stand going on that just fell over. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
Sure, you can make your way down the road.
Does
Okay.
it look? He's trying to suggest that we're running out of time. Do we have more than 2 hours of night left? Because this is on the second watch, right?
This is the second watch. Yes. So you
It's
do
pretty
have.
Yeah, so we
shitty
should have at
so
least
it's
four.
bad.
We should have at least 4 hours.
You've got about
before we
5
have to worry
hours
about-
because this was middle
Okay.
of the second watch.
Hopefully, I do not take that long. Darcy should be pretty quick.
Okay.
I'm
Sure.
gonna go with Zedaar if I can.
Sure, you can do so. Anybody else going with the Zedarcy?
Oh, God.
Zedarcy.
Okay, sure.
You know, just for that, no.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
So, Ruby,
Staying very much away from Zedaar City.
I'm gonna need a series of intelligence checks.
I got this. I'm the best at rolling.
And if anyone speaks
Well, wait. Who has the
Fionian,
best bonus? Who has the best bonus out of the 2 Fionian speakers?
I
No,
would.
I have a
we ain't
plus
gonna
one.
metagame this.
I-
We ain't gonna
I-
metagame this. I got this.
I would say only the one that is accomplished in written Fionian would be able to helm this check.
I can provide advantage.
Yes, you can.
Okay. First check. Intelligence.
Yes.
14.
Okay. With the context clues of the Onion Knight and water as like language, it's not as clear cut as just matching the lettering because of calligraphy, and it's mistakes in the etching, stuff that's been worn away over time. You don't know if that is like missing a letter, that's part of a letter. This is going to be slow going, but you make out some more of it. With that, you get the top phrase. It's like which is an estimation of what it is give unto the blessings that I give.
Give unto the blessings
Bless
that
the
I give.
fields.
You left. You're
Like
not
the
there.
guy
You could just do the
I
bless-
know.
Mm.
Sorry.
Also,
Got it.
also the holy man left, so no one can bless the fields.
Okay, keep translating.
Okay. Give me another check.
My guidance also left.
Yep. No, there's no guidance, and you continue down this, and after about another 40-50 minutes, you get kind of the gist of the second, because you're kind of going over word by word, and you get a few, like, the thing is you're getting connecting words that are building up across the whole piece, but it's the more complex words of each phrase. And the second line is, and with it you shall reap the gift of the reaper.
That's
That's
Yeah,
pretty
really, that's-
ominous.
Give unto the gifts of the land. Bless the land.
you know,
It is
I
about this
realize
time that Gourd and Zedaar, you approach the monastery. With it, there is no one pitched at like to get, but there is a heavy set door that is closed, and it's kind of a walled compound. Like if you've ever seen medieval monastical compounds, there is like a big monastery in the center, and then outer buildings, and then like a balconied wall.
Light off of his shield. Clearly, something is outside the gate.
Yeah, like one of those little square hatches in the gate opens up, and it's, bonjour. Can I help you, traveler?
Sorry to disturb you so late in the night, but we have encountered an unusual scenario and require some expertise of the locals. Do you perhaps know something of the legend of the Onion Knight in this region?
Well, I mean, the tourists, the guided tours of the area normally leave at about, the first one is at 10 in the morning. You can pick up a pamphlet,
Yes, thank you for that. No. Could somebody translate this perhaps?
And he'll show him the etching that he took off of the sarcophagus.
The translation is incomplete, but we do have, like, it's part of the pamphlet. You get Odd Fionian to common translation for the guided tour. I can give you one of the pamphlets.
Yes, I will take a pamphlet.
Oh, okay. Well, if you're not taking the tour, it's only a silver piece.
Zedaar will just pass a gold through.
At 4 o'clock in the morning.
It's a good thing Darius isn't there. He'd throw the silver at the man.
Wham!
Damn pamphlet.
Have a good evening.
Yes, I wanted to ask, what was he known? What?
Actually, you know what? I wouldn't know that, so there's no point me asking. Is the etching translated? You would have given us the translation for the etching, right? Because he mentioned that
Yes.
it was there. So
Well,
would
it's
he
like-
also be
it
aware
is-
of what they were translating?
It is like, as you open this pamphlet, it's like stamp printed parchment, 4-side. It's got like a full like drawing of the shrine, It's got various like breakdowns of like some of the panels, and then what the whole back panel is like this, what they've called the recipe, which is on a scroll like that's engraved into the side, and it's got a full translation of it.
I feel like this is punishment for bypassing the monastery and not going to visit the first time.
Is this
Please
like
tell me
a
it's
tourist
set
guide
up like
pamphlet?
Yeah, like a kid's guide thing.
Yeah.
Like Old Theonian for
Like
for the
a
onions.
trifold pamphlet?
Oh, no, it's for both, but there is like a cartoon drawing of the Onion Knight on it, like with like a sign.
Tori's
Is
just
this
gonna
Onion World?
nod his head softly, tuck that away, turn around and say, "We can go back now." And he's just goes climbing back on top of Darcy and just gonna give her a soft little like tap on the bottom and start
I
edging
wonder
her
if they
back
have
towards
any
the camp.
rides.
There's a coloring book if they have anybody under 5. They'll give you-
It's the Onion gift shop that you're missing out on.
Oh, the onion merch? Oh no.
There's onion, the little stuffed onion.
Wait,
They
wait,
have there.
no! Zedaar's gonna stop, get off of Darcy, run back to the door, bang on again.
Bonjour.
Security guard.
Do you have a small cask of honeyed mead or something that I could take back with me? I'd be happy to pay for it.
Yes, we do a lot of meat. How much you looking
A
at?
decent visage.
Yeah, 10 gold pieces.
Sure, I'll put 10 gold pieces. You know what, I'll just put a platinum through, because I have a lot more platinum than I have gold at this point.
You're getting fleeced by the security guard. It's just-
I don't
And then
care.
he opens the like the actual door bit of the door, but it's like
peeling
it's
off the
still
3 gold sticker.
it's still like a it's still like a what's it called, like it's a door within a door. It's like he's not opening the
Sure.
full thing. And he comes with a small cask of honeyed mead. But you just see it's just it's a robed individual, kind of Spartan, sandals, slightly pale greenish sort of monk's habit.
Mhm.
So,
He will take it and say,
Thank you. Blessings of Bahamut to you and your fields.
and this Chevaliant be with you. And he
He will
closes it.
Zedaar will move to return to the party now.
So guess what it is. Actually, you're both quite perceptive. Quickly give me a perception check.
Sure.
Yes, very perceptive. I will have advantage on.
I rolled 2, but I feel like I can hear in my soul, tourists.
Just waiting for Gourd. Gourd, you hear? What was it, Brother Jean? Just some weird people on a giant lizard coming to ask about the Onion Knight. Don't they know the festival is next week? And that's what you hear as you go back. But back to
We're
Team
missing the
Trans-
onion festival?
back to the translators.
You have to wait.
Give me another intelligence check if
Oh,
you're
Zedaar,
continuing.
Zedaar, can we come back next week?
I think we're going to be a little busy saving the world. Next
Alright.
year.
Are those little games where you throw an onion ball into the holes to get points?
It's onion bobbing.
Have one where
You'll
you
see
literally see
like
how
a
many,
little-
how many layers you can peel off of an onion.
Ruby,
Using
give
only
me
your
if you're continuing your translation work, give me another intelligence check.
Onion eating contest. It's just raw onions.
Excuse me.
Ever get through it?
It's actually not as hard as you think it is.
That would all depend on the type of onion.
That'd be a
Wow.
4 with advantage.
We're losing progress.
You're really confused by this next line.
Something about a goat?
Are we sure this letter's right? It's just-
Yeah, it's kind of that.
Is this
And
letter or punctuation?
before, is there anything
Well,
else
they
anyone
just,
would like to do? Yeah.
Why are there dots over the U? Who does that?
The Germans. That's definitely more of a Rienian thing. While these are just doing translation, obviously I can't help with that. So I'm also sat on top of the sarcophagus.
Okay. You've joined the Fits and Sits crew.
Yeah.
Actually, give me the
Just
two of you
talking
on
with the
top of
ghost.
the
Fits and
sarcophagus.
Sits crew.
Two of you that are on top of the sarcophagus. Give me a quick just give me a perception of the sarcophagi itself as you sit there.
Hell yeah, gotta love those rolls.
Double
God
eights,
damn it.
baby.
Okay. Give me another intelligence check, Ruby, as you continue this translation.
For a second, I
I
was
just wanna
thinking
be an
we didn't roll
Ate.
this low when the ship was crashing. Then I remembered, no, we did roll this
We
low when the
did.
ship was crashing. This has just
Remember,
been all
we were just
session.
supposed to go to
This is
Ate.
why we are where we are, because of this.
Yeah.
The ship crashed.
We were-
because
we were
somebody
meant
thought
to
it'd be
be-
great to just throw out a 1 for the first roll.
You know,
I didn't choose it.
we were meant to be, you know,
followed by a
stopping the
second one.
assassination of a king tonight.
Yeah,
but,
no,
we're-
I'm sure
Yeah.
nothing has
When-
happened in the intervening.
Last week we just glossed over the travel. We're like, oh, it takes you 25 hours. Oh, whatever. No.
The Onion Festival, though, it's kind of a big deal.
Here we
Yeah.
are.
We might
here
see
we
the
go.
king at the Onion Festival, and we'll foil
We
it
had
there.
We had a vehicle breakdown in some
Ruby,
weird.
you get.
This is
the
every
next
horror
line.
movie ever, by the way.
Those who present the gift of the harvest may be richly rewarded if pure of heart.
Well, I'm out.
Is this? Are we helping him, or is this just?
Ruby's just gonna shrug, and she's gonna pull out, look in her satchel, and look like probably has to spice up Zedaar's wonderful create food and water. She probably has coriander, cumin, a few other spices. Just, you know what? Why not? Just present some herbs and spices. I don't fucking know.
Do you share that with us, Ruby? What everything says as you translate it?
Yeah.
Did we see any? Because onions are kind of like, you know, a root vegetable. Did we see any fields of wheat?
You
Let's
actually
go run through
walked-
those fields of wheat.
You actually walked
You
here
okay,
through
Zedar?
a wheat field.
I would like to go harvest some wheat and some onions. After Ruby tells us we have to present that to him, because that's what's on. I mean, it's pictorial, right, on his like.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. So I mean, I can.
It's the one thing we know about him. is that
I
he-
can look at
he's an onion
pictures.
knight.
Sure. You can go do that.
Water, onions, wheat.
Water,
Plus Ruby's
onion,
cooking.
Would
It's
you
gonna be
make out
something.
a onion
We're making
bread?
Nice.
onion beer.
Make an onion
Mm.
beer.
Oh my god. Oh. Oh. I don't even like beer, and that made me gag a little bit.
Okay. It's about this time that Gourd and Darcy return.
Zedaar.
You guys.
Lost along the way laughing at.
Oh, and Zedaar.
Jesus.
We
Never seen you
have
And
break
Zedaar.
that.
returned. How much progress have you made?
I've translated it.
What does it
It's
say?
onions. It's always been onions.
We need to give it some gifts of onions and harvest.
Do you have something you brought?
Yes, no, the monastery had a pamphlet about this.
Did they also have like a extra dimensional portal?
No, I didn't see
Uh,
that.
We didn't get that far in.
I did buy some honey mead though.
Oh, nice.
Oh, dope.
We're gonna need
Um,
it.
So, the full.
Do we need to like make a soup in this little bowl?
So the
What is-
full.
No,
what is
we
the-
need to come back
what is the
next week.
pamphlet
for
So
the
that's what he wanted to confirm. What is the blessing of the Onion Knight? Because the more I look at this, more like he wants seeds, doesn't he?
Well, what you see, what the translation isn't complete due to areas of of damage, but you've got everything that has been translated so far is correct, and then a list kind of formalizes, which is seeds to be ground to flour, water to make the dough, layers of the fruit of life that brings the peasantry sustenance. a blessing presented by one of heroic stature, and I will give you my gifts.
Ruby will make a bacon or a bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwich with some onion.
Well, he said fruit.
Are we doing
so
a side quest?
Are we
for
looking for
Ruby's
like
cooking
apples?
now?
there's got to be like apples or blueberries or something nearby, I guess.
Well,
'Cause
a
it
fruit of
seems-
the harvest
These trees
could be-
around us.
Given
fruit of
Ruby's
life.
given Ruby's aficionado for cooking, does that make sense that that is something that she could prepare?
Could-
I mean, you could easily
Zedaar
make.
makes-
You between you kind of surmise you could make a dough.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
thing is, there are a few lines that are kind of completely missing. This is like an adjusted and sort of guesswork complete translation of the of like the
Okay. Do I
It's
need
like
to make
those
some
old
sort of
Wants a
recipes.
pie, and
What-
we're gonna make him like just a bread.
do I
It
need to make
sounds like
some
he
sort
wants
of
a pie.
Or
can I make
stew.
can I make some sort of cooking check?
sure.
That'd be skill, not under skills. Abilities, no. Items, no.
Also, just as a note, the sky is beginning to get lighter.
Okay. I don't see a cook. It normally be proficiency, but I don't see
So
it in my
it
list
would
of skills.
be, what would you use? What, dexterity for cooking?
Or
No.
intelligence. Yeah, no.
No,
I
Who's-
think
No,
it-
generally
I
it's
think it depends.
It's generally it's intelligence.
Okay, intelligence plus, proficiency, would be.
There. Actually, Zedaar's gonna ask to see if it helps at all.
Is there a peasant dish that is made with bread and onions?
I'm a peasant. Would I know the answer to that?
Okay, yeah. Give me a quick.
I've fallen asleep on the
Give me a quick
sarcophagus.
history. Sure. Actually, Valmir,
The-
give me another
The
perception.
smart one.
Give you a what?
Since we have lists of
Valmir,
ingredients,
give me another perception check.
Fell asleep.
Yeah, I know.
Is there something
See, I'm
inside the
asleep.
sarcophagus
I told
that
you
we're
I'm
just
asleep.
not noticing?
Okay, that's fine. As for the there's a couple of, like, the thing is, like, onion, bread. It's kind of staple peasant food.
Mm-hmm.
There are
French onion soup.
there's Zedaar, you just
Wait,
start
is it one of the-
listing
what is it called?
dishes essentially.
Have you ever had arte onion soup? It has the cheese on top. It's got the bread inside. It's a soup. It's water, onion, bread, cheese.
Give me a few minutes, and Ruby is gonna spend probably 30 minutes to an hour just preparing a peasant dish made out of onion and bread and
Okay.
living
Are we
it up a
supposed to
little.
make a perpetual stew?
Are we doing anything to this man? Or is it like, is this gonna help him? Or is this just like his normal?
Says that by offering him a blessing, he offers his blessing in return.
What does that mean?
I don't
Wait,
know, but
wait.
apparently we all are set on doing it now.
The
I'm
ghost
not.
plus
I'm
that,
asleep.
that
Never mind,
plus
I have
proficiency
asleep.
is 20.
Okay, fantastic. I'll come back to that. But in the intervening time, just to let you know, the ghost is also like sat on a stump, and is just like writing in a journal. He's put his scythe down, and he's kind of just.
These people are fucking
Is
idiots.
it- Sounds like
Zedaar
it's
feels
all
an
something
immeasurable
we
amount of
can't
guilt
see.
that he cannot communicate with this individual.
Speak with dead. Eh?
No, it's his fault. He had parchment and paper and he drew a sundial. That means he has the ability of Pictionary. He could draw a berry or an onion and put it in soup like a bowl. Like he can convey things.
So anyway,
Are you going on this rant in character?
Yes! Yes, I am. He can't understand us.
But also, Zedaar, are you reading the full pamphlet?
Sure.
Yeah.
He's got nothing else to do. He
one of-
probably was reading the entire thing on the way back.
Yeah, sure. There's this whole thing about like the folklore behind the Onionites is sometimes seen to roam the fields at especially at every half moon, and then you look at the sky and it's quite clearly like a full moon, and like it. You give me a quick intelligence check.
I feel like it goes without saying, I'm just asking Bahamut for help with everything on this,
Sure,
just because
that's fine.
he is clearly looking for external guidance, because they just don't seem to get this. I got a 3 plus 1.
Jesus
6.
Christ.
The Onion Knight was clearly not a follower of Bahamut.
No, you don't see any logical reason, but it's just there's something that isn't quite adding up about the translation and the history and all of the story behind it and what you've actually found. I will give you that much.
This is
Zedaar,
the equivalent of us. This is
read that
an
to me?
attraction. This is an attraction on this land. This is like, come to the Midnight Hayride, where you'll see the ghost of the Onion Knight.
Can Gourd's gonna ask Zedaar to read him the pamphlet and like kind of like, hey, can you like read this to me and kind of teach me at the same time?
Oh,
He'll just start reading it aloud.
Sure. Anyone who listens to the stories being told from the pamphlet may also try and put 2 and 2 together here, in terms of the things that don't match up.
Clearly, we're missing Mordred. I feel like Mordred would have had a machine that would have just done this in seconds.
Natural 20.
Pretty sure Zep has comprehend
finally!
languages. Ruby, just listening to what they've been talking about and just the whole story of like, Gourd keeps mentioning that he wants to come back for a festival next week, which would align with the half moon. But right now is a full moon, and the ghost is here. Someone has clearly gotten the folk tale a bit mixed up, and it's kind of been attractionized off of a real historical thing, and a real like spectral occurrence, at least in this area. But there's a big mistake that now is the right time, and the ghost is getting very frustrated because he can't communicate with anyone, and you're the first people that he might have seen in a while because everyone else has been doing this festival and the same like rite and things at the wrong time. So you have stumbled upon him at the right time. Essentially.
That's not meant to say half moon. That's meant to say full moon. A harvest moon.
Yes. Well, when you say it out loud, of course it makes sense. Yes.
We
feel
were
like
all
he gets
woken up in the middle of the night. It's fine. It's fine.
What's yeah? We're all sleep deprived.
It means this Onion Knight is it means the spirit has been deprived of offerings for a long time because the attractions have gotten the damn date wrong.
This ghost just woke us up in the middle of the night and asked for a snack. That's the equivalent of what's been going on right now.
He's like, I'll give you all my fucking powers. Just give me a crumb, please.
And well,
We're
Ruby
all
will
sleep deprived. We got bags under our eyes. So we're just like, what do you want from us?
This is the equivalent
Roll
of
well
parents and
once.
children.
That's your 8th glass of water. Go to bed.
Cool.
Jesus Christ, what do you want still?
Ruby will then present a nice chef-eyes eyes version of a
So-
bowl of onion soup with a side of bread, and put it on the platter.
And you put it in the bowl.
We take
And-
out the money and stuff first, though, by the way. It's not-
Okay, you've cleaned it out. And he puts it down, and the ghost he closes his journal, puts it back on the chain that's on his belt, stands up, comes to Ruby with a hand out.
Oh no, I am not pure of heart.
Do you allow the ghost to approach?
She will.
He touches your chest and shakes his head.
Yeah, I didn't think that was gonna happen.
And
But she will.
the
She will
meal-
point to Zedaar.
And the meal
Ew.
turns to sand.
Picky
That could have
eater.
fed someone. That could've-
And
Wait, can we remake that?
It took us an hour.
Clearly, it's
At that point,
because
Zedaar seemed
way
like,
back when
It
that
doesn't
the
matter
society
what you
that
offer.
the Onion Knight lived in was incredibly misogynistic.
No. I think the food is mostly irrelevant. It's just somebody pure of heart making an offering.
Of which I am most certainly not.
Well, I gave him turnips, and I'm pretty pure.
Oh wait, I'll just take like a.
Zedaar just kind of looks
Wait.
over at Zaraj in the memory of like her obsession with gold, and he's like, eh.
Is
I'm gonna break out a ration. I'm gonna break out a ration.
No, Zedaar will just be like, he has cabbages because he feeds Darcy. He'll just put a cabbage into the bowl.
Okay.
I think it's got to be prepared meals.
Prepared for Darcy.
The cabbage doesn't. do
Yeah, no,
anything.
it's prepared. It's specialized cabbage for Darcy.
It's magical.
It's
This is
magical
not something
cab.
he conjured. This is an actual cabbage.
Yeah. Oh no,
Oh,
this is
yeah.
an actual cabbage.
Well,
then
do we
Yeah,
care
Ru-
about
Ru-
his
Ru-
blessing?
the cabbage
Or
doesn't
should we
do-
just edit
I'm
the
gonna-
scroll? Can we just chisel in a correction?
I don't want to deface his tomb. Can I just take out a ration? I'm gonna unwrap it, would Ruby have like thrown out the? I'm assuming like it was a pan or something you cooked some stuff in to like soften up the onions or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna spend like, if I remember correctly from when I actually did this when I was reenacting, I'm gonna take the hardtack out of the ration and the salt pork. I'm going to fry up the salt pork.
No,
Whatever is it-
Darius. No. It's
and then
it's-
I'm going to crunch up the hardtack and soak it inside of the grease, and it's gonna make a soldier's pie.
Okay.
It's a Civil War era recipe that
Yeah,
actually
sure.
existed, and it's just an actual meal, like it's a prepared meal from components that were already technically cooked. I'm going to take that whole thing and I'm gonna put it inside the pan. We're just gonna we're eliminating options here, so that's a prepared meal, and I don't know if Darius is considered pure of heart or not, but probably not.
No.
But
you say
but
out loud.
if he reaches out,
he-
he reaches out, then it's just any prepared meal. So
He
that's
looks at it
You've ate this.
and
You're a
then
knight. You've eaten this.
and then taps the side of the sarcophagi again.
Yeah, no.
It's gotta be the
Give me-
recipe.
Give me a bit, and she will start working on another
I'm
one.
gonna eat it.
Okay.
Anybody
give,
want a slice?
give me
for
another
breakfast?
of your proficiency checks.
Yep.
Darius, you can consume it.
That's a
I'll eat it.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Yeah, I'm gonna come up and give slices to everybody.
Okay.
I made it.
By the time you finish, the sun is about to rise. This might be your last shot at it, but you do have a meal.
You will then hand it to Zedaar.
Okay.
Zedaar
Best
will
option.
place it in the offering pit.
Zedaar. The ghost puts out its hand to you.
He just kind of opens his hands up, almost like he's receiving a prayer.
Puts his hand on your chest. And a golden glow takes to the bowl. And the meal disappears. A smile forms across the knight's face. His face also forms into that of a human. His eyes reform, his skin reforms, his full complexion, he's far less see-through. And without moving his lips, you hear in your head, "Thank you." And then his visage dissipates. And you hear it as the stone shifts slightly of the sarcophagus.
You're welcome.
Does that wake me up? Because I'm
You
laying on
are-
top of it sleeping.
You are fully moved and jutted by a movement inside the sarcophagus.
Zedaar will just kind of go over and look inside.
It's not fully open, it's just like,
Ah,
yeah. Plus there's two individuals sat on top of it.
Guys, could you budge?
I hop
I
off.
think you.
Yeah,
I think
I
you're in the
roll
way
up, yeah.
now.
But if we're going to mess with the sarcophagus, should we not let someone know that they got their dates wrong for their
Oh, don't worry. They're going to hear.
Okay.
Okay.
It's also 4 o'clock in the morning, so.
And you shove the roof of the sarcophagus open, and you see, before you fully clear the top of the sarcophagus, an individual sits up.
Ah!
And it looks to be the same individual that just disapparated in front of you.
Oh no.
Did we just resurrect an ancient Fionian man who can't speak modern language? who's
And
also
apparently
armed?
has an innate ability to judge the inner souls of all.
And then he stands up.
And he's a high-level paladin.
He brushes off his very, very dusty garb. This individual as well is like probably 7 foot tall, hulking, blonde hair, golden eyes. And he begins to speak to you all. Thank you.
Oh.
You're
In
welcome.
common?
In common, it has been a while since anyone has successfully performed the rites. And to you, I give my great thanks. I have been stuck in that form for many, many years. And then steps out of the sarcophagi, and you see that there is nothing there now behind him except you see this broken scythe and a shield and a bag of onions that's been
Mummified
emptied.
onions.
Oh God.
Seems to be empty, like it's like an old like sack. But you see like the outer shells remaining.
I am sorry it took us so many attempts.
Are you dead?
And then he looks, not anymore.
So you were. We just rose you from the dead.
Many times. And he looks at the side of this. Oh dear, this is. I understand why now. This is. Got all this overgrowth and. Oh, part of the words. The script is missing.
It's also in a language that's dead.
I have a quick question for you, Mr. Dead Now Alive Man. Do you know of the plane? There is a portal. I don't know if you know about this, but I'm just asking, you know, you're a local.
No, but that
She's
sounds like a
being dead.
quest. No plane has been connected
No,
to
no, no,
Elendor
no,
in
no.
many, many centuries.
Needs context clues to the world.
Sir.
The last time.
Would you
that
like
there
to
was-
join the Skyfire Adventuring
Sure.
Company?
I have one question. By what gauge do you measure a person's soul and determine them worthy or not?
Oh, that's that's a story that takes us back a long time ago. I think there was a great war in that time. Many that you would call gods walked this plane. This plane was a battleground for many of those, and I, a disciple of one such god. He bestowed on many of us powers, and as a herald of such power, I have been given the ability to detect the purest heart. He then reaches
My
into
God.
the sarcophagi and picks up this very broken scythe. And then as it touches like his hand, like the golden glow that you saw like from the ghost kind of emanates from his hand and like reforms this scythe. Oh! I promised a gift, did I not? Well, he picks up the bag of onions and says, oh, these are all gone.
Thank you, would do.
Would Oh, no. You have brought me back to do much good. I must give you something. It is part of the contract.
What is going on? I feel like I'm high right now.
Darius, have you been hanging out with
Would you prefer to be, you all look to be the military of sort. Or
think
martial in nation. Martial in
Nope.
nature. You all, pretty much most of you are armed, at least. I can offer you either my... a weapon to tear the wheat from the chaff, or something to keep that monkey off your back. The physical protection. Would you like the scythe or the shield?
The dollar looks
What are
torn
you
because he doesn't really want to take either of these things from this man.
What will
Ruby
you
just will
do?
shake her head.
Oh,
what
I'm...
happened?
Well, now that I'm back, I should put this sarcophagus guy back to working order, fix it up a bit, and then go about what I always do.
There's a monastery not too far off, about an hour's trip in that direction. They've got legends about you all wrong. You might want to start with them.
But don't change too much. There's a big onion festival next week, and you don't want to.
See, last time I was walking, there was a chapel that way.
Still a
You said it's a
monastery of
monastery
sorts.
now.
Yes.
Well, things
been a
certainly
while.
have. I'm going to acquaint myself before I do any gallivanting and questing, but
How
the old
long
ways
ago
are the
was
best
the war?
ways.
How long ago was the War of the Gods?
About 1,421-ish years.
Okay. By the way, you were last alive about 1,420 years ago.
No, not true. The War of the Gods was probably about my 4th lifetime ago.
Blank, 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 blank. Come again?
Want to.
You are
I
not
want to
the first
iterate.
people to resurrect me. I have... There are probably stories of me in multiple places around around the entirety of the Nardafell.
There's
god?
this. And I want to point to the
Oh,
pamphlet.
Lord of the Morning.
Lathander.
You may want to invest in your new, sarcophagi whenever you build it or whenever you fix this one up. Pictograms.
Well,
That's
When you're
what
done with
was
that-
here. They seem to have been taken off.
by the way, now that you're awake, you might want to know that there's a faction trying to start up that war.
Now that does
I
sound
think
like
we need
a...
to.
Just-
No.
Bear in mind that those who don't have pure of heart were able to help. And she will pack up her shit and walk away. She's pissed off.
Yeah, this guy rejected you hard.
I have a natural 20 his food. Nah, sorry, fam.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, fam.
Right to dust.
He sits and thinks, thank you, that is a lot to ponder on. Now, somebody please take a gift from me. Preferably you who completed the rite. I need you to, or I'm going back in the
I will
box.
Very well. Zedaar is going to take off his steel willow shield.
I will take your gift in exchange for my own.
That is something I can definitely do. Who is the steel
We'll
willow?
take it.
Yes. It has been
This is
enchanted
much
as
better
well.
than
It's
what
quite
you're
nice.
getting.
Okay, you take the shield. I will get
I will
you...
trade my steel willow shield for whatever he is giving Zedaar.
Okay, I will give you the information on that shield, if and when you identify it or attune to it.
Does it have an onion on it?
Mm-hmm.
It does.
Cool.
Comes with the territory.
It's a +3 onion shield.
So I think it'd be more funny if it's just a basic +1 shield. Just
That's what the
Is
steel willow
Zedaar
shield
now
was,
an
so-
Order of the Onion Knights? Is he
No.
part of the order now?
I think so. Honestly, I'm not sure what's happening right now
But
and why.
you then
this
see this individual as well pick up the entire lid of the sarcophagi and put it back on, like it's nothing, like it's made of polystyrene.
We've.
This
Oh, this isn't gonna end well.
No, I
The
think it is
demigod.
going to end better than many things could have.
I don't know.
Begins to like
We've
dust it off, clear back some of the foliage. Could I help you with anything else?
There is a.
You have helped me much. I'd be happy to do what I
Can you
can.
teleport people like long distances?
No, but I might know someone who can.
There is also a sky demon in throwing lightning if you wish to vanquish that. Perhaps that is within your realm?
I think we're
Sky
narrowing
demon?
this man down way too much.
Hi.
He's got the monastery.
I
thing.
will say
Maybe
the
we
world
focus on
has
the actual threat at hand.
changed.
I have to ask an opinion. If someone were to associate what is essentially seen as the noble and rightful ruler of the region, how would you want to go about preventing that?
well, first of all, at all costs.
Lawful good. Yep. All right.
And any help you could provide for that would be just impeccable.
Well, if your quarry requires you to be somewhere that we are not, I can certainly help there.
Yes, we are trying to make our way to Arte.
Arte.
Yes,
Now
our
I
sky
do know
ship
where that
crashed.
is. Your what now?
A skyship,
learn
it's a
about
new
it.
Just
thing.
looks at
It's
Darius.
a
Small
boat.
details. Small details.
Small details. I shouldn't have said anything. I should follow my own directions.
Okay.
So keep moving on.
Well, give me but one moment. He
Darius
goes,
is gonna like put the shield on. It's like just sitting there with his arms crossed, very patiently waiting.
does
We've
anybody have any
essentially
bread?
unleashed, like a Roman legionary, like
Bread?
onto modern day.
No, this is gonna be great. We're gonna be fighting in a battle against the Duke and his army, and like the green ghosts from the end of Return of the King are just gonna come washing over the field, but they're all peasants with pitchforks.
I was thinking they were just all going to be onions that have been given life by this man.
Does anybody have any bread and an onion?
Hardtack work?
Can I go
I
grab
have-
an onion from the field?
You can.
I'm sure Ruby would have had access to it, but I don't think any of us would have had it on our person.
Ruby
Hardtack,
walked
I-
off.
is there?
Hey,
I
Ruby
did
walked
bring
away.
back wheat and onions from
I-
the field.
I'll,
I
it
do
takes the
have
ration.
rations.
Oh, yeah,
You'll
you
take
already
the
did that,
ration.
which
You'll
has
take a ration.
hardtack. So.
You'll take the ration and you'll take an onion. And he goes, I don't currently have my spellcasting focus, so this will have to do. He begins to pray. And the whole grove that you are in, all the trees begin to take on that ethereal golden ichor all around you. And in front of you, then, a flash of bright light. And before you, a winged figure stands.
Oh, probably should have been more specific. We have lizards that we have to transport.
Does Zedaar recognize this figure that just appeared? Or at least what type
a-
of figure it is?
A religion check would certainly do, or
Sure.
history
It's a
check.
Pegasus.
Or an angel or a diva.
Come on,
or
Zedaar.
Oh, Zedaar, with your background, you can know that. There is what seems to be a deva in front of you.
I figured it's a little angel.
This is Visirus. They should be able to teleport you.
I see.
Wait.
We go way back.
Can
For lifetimes.
It goes back to the second lifetime, actually.
I don't know what to feel about this whole situation.
can they
mean-
repair material things?
Can they repair it? I need to look at the spell list of a fucking
Wow. We just need to get going.
Mordred and them are Zep and them are handling this back at the sky ship. We need to worry about our current task.
If anything, what I was thinking is we could like take a nap and like get the full rest, and then use the time we made up with the day with this to teleport us, so we kind of get the we still get the rest, kind of.
Don't you guys need to pick up
Yeah,
your
but we can
merchant?
rest if we're traveling.
You pick up the merchant when the airship gets there.
Yeah, only some of
The
us
airship's
can
going to
rest
Arctic
for a
too.
time.
So
I was just thinking we could rest for a bit, get the rest of our long rest, and then teleport, whatever this one's gonna do for us. That should make up time.
Since Ruby walked off, I want to go after her with my feline agility, being all quick and nimble, and be like, there is something that you should see. He brought into existence a winged creature. I know you are mad at him, but this is kind of cool.
She'll stop, turn around. How is she looking intently at Ruby's face?
Oh, yeah.
She's crying.
Oh. I give you a big hug. This will cheer you up, though. It's not onions or like a dead man. It's like, I don't know, something with wings. It looks like magical. I think you would find it very interesting.
She prestidigitates her face to not look like she's crying anymore. Don't tell anybody.
Oh, never. No, no.
And she
And
will start walking back.
I nuzzle you with my soft on your shoulder while we walk back.
Thank you. And she'll walk back.
Okay. You are greeted by as soon as you turn around, you do see the glowing forest area with the outline of what seems to be a winged humanoid. It's like now floating above the party. You haven't got that far. They are a Deva of my lord, and they are very good at helping transportation. What is it you need moved?
Rube, Darcy here, a cart. That should more or less suffice. Everything else will catch up in a long run.
Is there a time limit on how long they're here?
A day, or until their quest is complete for you.
Oh, yeah, let's finish the long rest and then just pop right into Ate.
Yes.
No reason.
I'm sorry about having to be cryptic as well. I'm not allowed to help. You just had until the morning, as much as I could give you.
It is fine. I apologize that it was so difficult for us to help you.
It's as much the fault of the people that were meant to be put into charge of looking after this. Hundreds of years pass, and suddenly you're forgotten.
Nobody
I really think it taught me a valuable lesson of being prepared. So I have also learned something from this.
Nobody forgot you. You lost into the myth. Now you just turned into a damn tourist attraction.
Though from the look of it, Youngin Festival seems to be really good. Like a big draw.
It is
from the look of it.
popular, if not just a little misunderstood.
What is an onion but the fruit of the common life?
Okay.
Don't call an onion
Vegetable?
a fruit. It's misleading. It's very
Well,
misleading.
It's definitely a
It's-
vegetable.
It's definitely a vegetable, but he is thousands of years old, so the classifications may have slightly changed. So
Fruit is anything of sustenance from the earth, no?
no,
What is
no,
this
that's changed.
Fruits have seeds.
Oh,
And
I-
generally grow on
that's-
trees.
I suppose onions
It's
themselves
kinda-
would
it's
be
a lot of
kind of
nebulous
like the seed.
An onion is a seed.
Yes, this is a lot to ponder.
And you also know languages die out, so Old Fionian, like, it's-
Again, I've caught up on that now, thanks to your friend here accepting my blessing. But before then, kind of stuck with what my last life had.
right.
Do you
Maybe
wish
you
to move on to death, the afterlife, eternal rest? Or you like coming
Oh,
back all the time,
ha.
being stuck in this box? Or
Great Mount
You've been on
Celestia,
vacation.
no, I know I'm happy where I am. It is my charge. It is my mission to be here for the peasantry. on this plane. It's one of the leftover vestiges that Lathander could keep. It was one of the terms of the Great Summit that me and my 7 brothers could stick around with our missions.
Die and
What
live again.
are the other brothers?
We're gonna have to unwrap this.
Oh, there's.
They're not going anywhere for a while.
Oh, I'll be here for a while.
Who are the other 7 brothers?
Well, there's the one that got kind of corrupted. There's
Do we just find like one of the paragons?
there's
Probably. That's why I'm asking.
The lost Primarchs.
Yeah.
God, I'm just trying to find my notes. Sorry.
Who would this one align with?
She will hold up a
Lionel
hand.
Johnson?
Yeah,
I didn't know
right.
you were already
Darius, Gourd,
The one
we aren't
stranded
something
in
of
the
a
middle of the woods that
Excuse
everyone
me.
forgot about.
we aren't something of a timeline to rescue the king.
We are
That's
literally
why-
getting ready to go back to sleep.
Yes, we're taking a nap because this one will teleport us. So we're gonna make up time anyways.
There's one that's probably my most famous brother everyone's heard of is the Chevalier Argent. A few of us, there's no, all kind of have a color theme and a charge, and yes.
Can you? Oh, how about this? Because we do need to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just give him a parchment and a paper. Just write down their names or whatever they are, so that we have a physical copy of it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll keep that, and when we wake up, we will teleport away, and maybe we'll see you again, because we are going to try and save the king of this land from assassination.
Oh, a noble quest
Any-
indeed. A noble
Any other heralds you know of that might need help like you, if you know where they might be, feel free to add those to the list.
And what they
unfortunately,
need cooked.
It's not all about cooking. We all have our own specific. I'm kind of food based. Agriculture was kind of my thing. I used to pull the plow myself. It was like the oxen did back in the day. It's kind of how I did things. I was one with the surf.
You might
Oh,
be
that's-
needed on the front line.
Well, that's good because I don't think I would ever cook for one of you again.
The others are. We are not allowed to know each other's quests.
Well, just give us
I've-
the names and what they are.
I can give you the
Write
names.
it in common as well. Do not write
That's-
it in your ancient language, please.
I will have to do a best guesstimation on that one.
Pictures work good.
Oh, wait, here you go. Give him the pamphlet that's got the translation between common and Filthionian.
He looks at it. and
Bar will
says,
hand it to him, but yes.
Oh, they got this horribly wrong. Oh. How did they how did they mix up full moon and half? Anyway, explains a lot. I can
I'm all things.
try.
Even
I
Faith.
I feel like I will be here a while. At least
One
until
more
this onion
thing,
festival.
Mr. Dead Guy. I believe you owe my friend here an apology, and I would like to try to persuade him to apologize.
No, he doesn't.
Persuade a demigod. No.
Unfortunately, the lady is right. Whilst her intentions are pure, right now there is something inside her that doesn't let her heart be pure. It's not to say that she will never be pure of heart. It's to say that this time is not now.
I'm torn between two different worlds that are combating each other, Onion. One of which is of life and rebirth, and the other one is of.
What's your real name?
Oh. Bill.
Did you have a wife, a family, kids?
Yes, let's
I-
remind him of his lost loves when he was immediately woken up.
I took an oath of
When
chastity.
you know to love is dead. Just remember that.
I took an oath of
was
chastity
that, Mitch?
I took an oath of chastity a long time ago. My name is Hector. Defionia.
Wow, that's a very
Can
normal
we get
name.
a spelling of that one?
Hector of Defionia. Okay, let me
Thanks.
let me type it out in chat.
Yeah.
I'll do it in game chat because that's the one I've
Oh,
got
I
open.
guess I kind of get that. 'Cause it'd probably be, well, actually, would it be Hector of Difionia, or would it be Hector Difionia as
No, Defionia means of Fionia.
Yeah, so I was gonna say, so to translate Hector of Fionia.
A lot of layers to his name, like an onion.
Well, it's like that river that's just river.
There you go. My
Thank you.
brother,
It's Hector Shrek. It's
one
Shrektor.
one of my brothers is the founder of what became the Kingdom of Nardathel. The others, we all took oaths of chastity and became servants of a greater force left on this plane.
That force must still be here then. You are still drawing strength from it.
Yes, while it is weaker, it is still here, as mandated by the Great Summit. We were allowed, my lord, whilst not allowed to walk this plane, we are given onto his power to do his will. Much as your friend here is a vestige of Bahamut. Bahamut's a lovely individual, by the way. I had the pleasure of serving with him multiple times back in the old days.
Wow.
Yeah, imagine at that point Zedaar's just gonna like. He's just.
Yeah.
We don't need to talk about it, but he's just gonna be like, tell me more. I don't imagine Zedaar's gonna
like-
get any sleep tonight.
Oh,
I think
so
that
can
just
we-
ripped any opportunity of him getting a long rest.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
just say we get a long rest other than Zedaar, and then we
Sure.
jump to the teleporting.
Absolutely. And sure, you wake
Hope
up.
we don't need that 4th level spell slot because I'm not getting that back.
No.
Zedaar, if you have questions that you want to ask about Bahamut, or you think you want to, and you feel like there's a longer conversation to have, we can have this conversation with Hector over the text chat if you wish.
No, that's why I said no. Just hand
Yeah,
waving.
sure.
Just
Sure,
tell me
absolutely.
everything.
But sure.
Yeah, I totally would have been involved in this too, honestly.
Okay, that's fine. You absolutely can. And anyone else who would like to ask questions of Hector is absolutely fine. But you wake up, those of you who slept. The Deva standing solemnly next to your encampment, waiting and ready. As the sun fully rises and life returns to your camp, Hector turns to those of you who said and says, "Well, looks like everybody's getting ready to set off. It's been lovely to meet you all. I too must, I guess, find a new journey. It is my charge, and I am to help
Well,
bring fertile life
There is a
back to
war.
this world. They seem to be. I am not exactly the warring type anymore. My charge is protection of those who can't protect themselves.
These kind of go after the second life.
It was my mandate from Lathander himself. It's once the war, the Great War ended, we were to look after the more mortal means, not the political charge of some individual kingdom, but more the tenets of his faith.
that's what I meant. You could head there and get the civilians out and provide food.
Oh, right.
Since they are going to have a lot of that stuff taken by the soldiers.
So technically, the war
Give me a
isn't
quick-
on Theodian borders.
Give me a quick persuasion check. you know what? Once I've dealt with that sky thunder thing you were talking about, I'll get right on it.
You can. Never mind. I don't want to know.
You could swap the priority, actually. That thing seems a bit more natural, like it's supposed to live in the sky, and now there's... Anyways, it doesn't matter. I don't want to tell you how to do your job.
Don't worry, he'll probably judge you.
Anyway, where would you like to be teleported?
Ate.
Okay.
City center.
Oh,
Yeah, like
No!
precisely because we
No!
just drop us in the middle of the cult, right in the middle of the ritual.
On top of the king. Surprise!
Yeah, just right on his lap.
Could we do that? And we just
in
do a hot
with
drop?
Darcy.
Can they identify where the king is?
That's true.
He's checking on troops in the battlefield, but we could just have him locate where the king is. That kind of saves us a lot of issues, no?
I don't have the ability, Hector says, and the Deva just shakes their head.
Ah, okay.
while we're getting out of
directly
this,
next to
this
the
is a
king as a heavily armed group, probably not a good idea.
We're here to
just
save you,
tell-
my lord.
Outside of town, we'll be fine. We can make our way from there.
Well, for now we must part ways. One day I hope to see you all again. Hopefully this time I'm not inside a coffin. Would anyone like an onion for the road?
I'll take an onion. Yes, I'll
Pass on that one.
try one.
This onion, if you eat it, provides you the effects of a good berry.
It's a good onion.
It's a good onion.
It's
Good onion.
Still
I'm
not
gonna
as
take a
good as
bite of-
Ruby's cooking.
I'm gonna take a bite of it and just say, "Wow." Yeah,
Tastes like onion.
that's it.
Just take a bite out of it like an apple, just...
And
Absolutely.
he does
I've
the
eaten
same
weirder
and then
things.
begins to wave. And with that, the Deva teleports you and your wagon and Darcy to a somewhat familiar field. This is you recognize it is not quite where you landed with the skyship before, but there is Arte in the distance.
That was weird. I prefer the skyship to this teleportation nonsense.
And
As do I.
with a nod,
We could have just
The-
ignored that whole thing.
the Deva gives a curt nod and then soars up to the sky.
That was an ordeal.
Yeah, that was a thing.
Didn't
With
learn
any
about the
luck,
onion
though, that
festival,
shield you got, I mean, it might be really good.
Actually, as a question, how long did he stay up talking? Because I imagine Zedaar would have asked a lot about Bahamut, but he would have tried to be responsible and not be up for 8 hours talking
Oh, there
about
there
his
was
deity.
there was only like 2 or 3 hours left of watch.
Okay,
So,
presumably he could have finished a long rest. Okay. Fun fact, guys, I'm never not gonna prepare tongues again.
I was sat here like, you had an artificer, you have someone who is part cleric, and you have a cleric. Someone's got to have tongues.
Don't have it prepared. I had remove curse prepared instead because I was helping Ruby with her curse problem.
Of course.
Yeah,
Mordred made a great point. He speaks Fionian, has flash of genius, and a 20 intelligence.
He is a polyglot, so translating language like that probably not an issue.
Yeah.
yeah.
Freaking, this is, when the skill monkey of the party is relegated to the NPC line right now. Like,
Yep, we don't have that right now for the party. It's unfortunate.
yeah, it's very
No.
unfortunate. But at the gates of Arte once more, I think we'll leave tonight's session there. I feel that's a good leaving off point for us to join back next week.
Got to the city.
You got to the city. Something I thought you would have gotten to 10 minutes
You want to
into
click
the
long rest
session.
for us, Mitch?
But I'll click.
You made
I'll
us
click.
crash the fucking thing. It's
I
your
didn't.
fault.
I know. The dice told me. The dice told me what to do.
I'm
That's
just waiting for the
how that
confrontation
worked.
from Ruby. Why the fuck are you pure but I'm not?
No.
Ooh, that.
Cleric
I
versus
don't-
fire obsessed.
But anyway, the only thing that's left for us to do tonight is to thank our players and sign off here. So, thank you to Commissar Roach, to Lord Lambert, to DM Lake, to DM Opal, to Kinda Odder, and to Ghibli Jam. We've been the Component Cast. This has been the Elendor Chronicles. I've been Midgeman, and we will see you next week. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Bye bye.